Welcome, everyone, and welcome to Progressive Discussions. I'm your host, James P. Madonna, and I just want to welcome everyone. It is, I guess you could say it's the end of February 2024 already. How about that? Incredible. Incredible how time does fly. Time and tide waits for no man. Okay. So, how's everyone doing out there? I just want to start off the show by doing a little monologue here. I just want to honor the current Mexican president. All right, the current president is Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, who took office on December 1st, 2018. And he's a very special president of Mexico, simply because he has totally changed the country around completely for the better, actually for the better of the people of Mexico. He follows in the same democratic socialist pattern as I believe Brazil, possibly Ecuador also, Scandinavian countries, and Canada. Okay, and he has done so many positive things for the country, uh, cleaning up crime, um, bringing manufacturing and um, thriving business back to Mexico, um, modernizing and building the country's infrastructure, um, forcing the rich to pay their fair share in taxes and back taxes that they got away with during the other very corrupt administrations. And it just goes on and on and on. And I'm very happy to say that Mexico has discovered the world's largest lithium deposits. And you know what a fortune lithium is and how important lithium is in our modern days of high technology with the lithium batteries and all that. I really am very happy for the people of Mexico that they have a man like this in his administration. And it's only the beginning for the country. Um, they're setting the ideal, perfect example for their northern neighbors. The chaos of the very corrupt United States of America. They're setting the perfect example for that. And I will be honoring this Mexican president as often as I can on my shows. Okay, let's see. Let's start with some lighter subjects. All right, bear with me. Let's see. Share screen. Okay, this is Xpeng X2, the world's first flying car, mass-produced flying car. Unfortunately, the range with a fully charged battery, it's a Chinese company, okay? The full range, I believe, is only a half hour. I mean, it's only 35 minutes. And it takes 3 hours to charge the battery. I think they're rushing the concept and invention of the flying electric vehicle. It's not, the technology is not ready yet for it. Just like I think the lithium batteries in electric cars definitely need to be improved in terms of the range once the vehicle is fully charged. But it's a start. But I mean, I wouldn't go up. I mean, I wouldn't hang around for 3 hours to wait for my flying electric George Jetson vehicle to fully charge, only to be able to fly for 35 minutes. It's a little scary.
Saving on your education should be a right, not a competition. At University of Phoenix, our bachelor's and master's scholarships are accessible to all. You'll get the best scholarship or savings you qualify for. Simple as that. Because everyone deserves an opportunity to save on their education without competing for it. Explore scholarship options at University of Phoenix.
Got a good one today. Let's go to the other side.
No,
Right there. press that button in.
More attractive young women.
That opens up. We'll go to the inside in just a second. I want to show you guys the outside.
I see the outside.
Because just a few days ago, this actually flew up. Like this exact one flew up in the air. This is going to be a prototype for the world's first ever flying car. It's called the Xpeng X2. And it looks freaking sick. I mean, look at those headlights. Super aggressive. Windshield is crazy long. It's got the light going down the middle as well. But what you probably didn't see is under here, we got a little hidden button right there. Press that. This pops up. Then what you get, that's your charging port. It'll take about 3 hours to charge this thing. And once it's fully charged, you can fly it in the skies for up to 35 minutes. All right, propellers. It's like this exposed kind of checkered carbon fiber. This entire vehicle is fully carbon fiber, but they have it exposed in only some areas like this, right? Everything else is painted. Here, you got green lights on the left side, and then you have red lights on the right side. That's basically to avoid any collisions in the air. So if you got like 10 people flying this, and you see someone else in the distance, it's important to understand which side the green is on to be able to avoid collision, right? It'll let other flyers know which direction you're flying in. Now that cars are flying, they also have to care about like the underside of it, right? Because it's gonna be flying over your head.
Yeah. And also be aware of storms, so you don't end up flying into a thunderstorm or tornado or hurricane. All right. You got to be responsible. I guess pilots, it would be a pilot's license, right? I mean, not a car, not an automobile license.
You know, right now, cars, like they make the outside look nice, but the inside looks terrible. You got all these tubes and pipes and rust and everything going on. Now they got to make the underside look good. So this right here is going to turn into this, the world's first flying car. This is coming out in 2024. On the back, what I like is that, again, you have like this underside tail light. You got some fins down there, some arrows. Like kind of like almost like a rear diffuser. It's so strange. I wonder if this is the future of like supercar blondie. We're gonna have to start reviewing flying cars. This is my first time ever reviewing a flying car, and I gotta get used to the names. Like, do you call that a rear diffuser? Do you call it arrows? Do you just call it fins? All right, Xpeng over here. What's cool is that all these propellers will actually fold. You can see the folding point right here. This would all fold up, make it more compact, easier to park maybe. Maybe you're gonna park it in the balcony, I don't know what the future of parking looks like. All right, so going to the inside, you have this like exposed collage-like carbon fiber all in the cabin with the Alcantara leather on the seats and on the roof. Ambient lighting, just because it looks cool and futuristic. But let's hop inside. All right, so up here we got like fighter jet style toggles. See, play around with that. That's fun to play around with. Up here you have the on and off button. Do not press this while flying. Can you imagine? Up here you have a camera. Little selfie camera, which then can be activated when you press this button. Just press this button. There you go. You can wave to it. You got cameras on the inside, cameras on the outside. Kind of understand where you're at. And then why don't you jump inside? Jump inside. Go to the other side. Door handle's up here. Just pull that down. There it is. And we're in. This is crazy. I cannot imagine flying in the sky in like, I don't know, just like this, you know? It's so strange to not have any toggles, anything to move around, and you're just flying in like an automated flight. you'd be like 1 kilometer in the air. It's pretty scary. I think a lot of people are gonna get a bit intimidated when these flying cars start becoming the norm, because it is pretty scary stuff. In the middle is your climate control, but right there you can press that, and then this will let you know information on your sensor, your battery, your motor, your flight time, a bunch of different options. If you want to select your flight, just press start like that. Select where you want to go.
Well, if it's autonomous, and you're flying this damn thing at night, and another one of these vehicles is headed towards you, does it autonomously avoid collision? I don't see any steering device, so I'm assuming it autonomously avoids any oncoming flying vehicles headed your way. Interesting.
20 minutes away, 23 minutes away. As I said, this thing will be able to fly for up to 35 minutes safely. I asked him, I was like, what happens if you fly 36? You know, does it just go down? He said, no, it's fine. But 35 is like the safe amount of time that you should be flying. So let's say you want to go to Hio Island Northwest. Press that, it'll tell you how to get there. You press takeoff. Can you imagine I press takeoff? Just shoot straight into the roof. Both passengers have displays like that. And they'll show you like your speed, your altitude, different, I don't know, batteries, your engine. I just can't get over the thought, like imagine that you get like a check engine light up in the sky, like panic, like bro. I think the first, Xpeng's first flying car is coming out in 2024, but I think it will take a bit more time for people to get used to the feeling of flying like something so personal. It's a bit intimidating. So what do you guys think? Would you buy it? I mean, when this thing comes out?
No.
Or would you be a little bit worried?
Worried.
I don't know, man. The future is now. I mean, it's coming.
Yeah, I would pass. I pass. I am terrestrial. I'd like to stay on the ground and just be thankful I have a good electric car that doesn't take a long time to charge and has a very long range. And the thought of all of those rip-off highway robbery automobile mechanics going belly up out of business, that's a blessing in itself. All right, let's see. Well, let's take a look at Tesla's robotics, humanoid robot. It says here Optimus versus Atlas and other robots. So let's take a look at that.
Who first predicted the emergence of intelligent robots? It was, dun-dun-dun-dun, Aristotle. In 350 BC, he wrote that one day slaves would be replaced by automatons. Many a great thinker have built on Aristotle's philosophy since then. Thus, some might say the development of our civilization in terms of automation was predetermined. So why does this scare us? Mainly because we've been watching movies and TV shows like Terminator and Black Mirror for a while now, and we constantly hear scientists and tech leaders proclaim that artificial intelligence is dangerous, and then we wonder why we imagine dangerous AI as a robot with a weapon in its hands. But progress cannot be stopped, and we have long been living in reality when robots work next to us in factories, warehouses, restaurants, and roads. All this doesn't scare us because these robots are nothing like humans, but 2024 will change all of that. Robots aren't going anywhere, and soon Figure One and Optimus and even possibly Atlas will be right next to humans in everyday life and will start performing tasks that were previously only reserved for humans. Interesting fact, Pepper humanoid robot boasts about 40 successful integrations in Germany. They're actively and successfully used in hospitals and nursing homes, and Canadian startup X1 recently showed off an entire army of Eve robots training to perform everyday tasks. So you could say that the quiet revolution of humanoid robots is actually already taking place. But whilst Pepper's functions are limited to fitness, emotional support, and entertainment, robots like Eve, Figure One, and Optimus are shooting for the stars.
They're shooting for the stars, but they move very slow. You know, employers would complain that the human employee is moving slow, but would they be willing to satisfy their greed in saving money on salaries and benefits for real humans? Would they be willing to sacrifice speed by purchasing these robots in the workplace? Interesting. Nah, it's only the beginning. They will have dexterity and speed of a human. Mark my word. They're already working on that. They have a robotic hand that can pick up an egg without breaking it. They're inventing. They are in the process of developing artificial muscles that contract and extend like a human muscle. I'm telling you, this is the tip of the iceberg.
So how advanced is the Tesla bot as of today? What is Tesla doing in robotics and artificial intelligence that others are not? Where does Optimus outperform its competitors, and what will the world be like with thousands of intelligent humanoid robots all around us? We're about to find out in this video. Firstly, mankind has always dreamed of robots, and first examples already appeared in the Renaissance. For example, Leonardo da Vinci's Mechanical Knight. But we'll not dwell on it here, as the evolution of humanoid robots can be found in our other video in the description below. Secondly, Elon Musk, as well as heads of other giants such as Amazon, Walmart, BMW, are sure that if we don't fill the shops and warehouses with robots, soon there'll be no one to work there at all. Staffing problems is already a sore spot for thousands of companies, and this trend will only continue in the future. Industrial and warehouse bots have been...
Yeah, because the people, the humans that work in these warehouses are not receiving a living wage. All right. That's why they're unionizing. That's why unions are coming back bigger and stronger than ever. Because these companies are too damn greedy and stingy to pay people a living wage, along with adequate benefits. That's why they're understaffed. Huh. They won't come out and tell you the truth.
Working for a long time and currently clock in millions around the world. But the problem is that they don't cover all the needs of all the industries. Many operations are still only available to humans. That's why Musk says Tesla's future is not in the super stylish and competitive electric cars or even a post-apocalyptic Cybertruck, but specifically in humanoid robots with artificial intelligence. Imagine, you can buy a cool car or a robot that can do your work for you and your neighbor, i.e. generate income for you. What would you choose? Let us know in the comments. Although we're almost sure that many will choose the car, robot in this situation looks like quite an interesting investment, especially for Tesla itself, which can teach its robot how to assemble other robots. Plus the company...
There you go. And companies wouldn't have to hire human beings to assemble robotics. The robotics will assemble themselves. More money saved on employees, more people to lay off. Robots making robots. I mentioned that was going to happen a long time ago, and sure enough, they plan on it. And then it says, well, you can get a robot, and the robot will make money for you and do your work. Well, how many people can afford a sophisticated, high-end humanoid robot? Like, honestly, The general population wouldn't be able to buy this. Right now, only the big corporations can afford these robots. So you're out of luck, people.
As many experts believe, at least in the beginning, will not sell the droids, as the price of Optimus will be much higher than the announced $20,000. Instead, Elon Musk may well decide to rent or lease the robots, but the main thing is to use them in his factories.
Never trust a billionaire in what he tells you, because in order for a multi-millionaire to become a multi-billionaire, I would say it requires ill-gotten gains. The Bible says, "He that makes haste to be rich shall not be innocent."
True, Musk's unpredictability may damage the joyful prospect. For example, Elon recently said that he's not comfortable developing robotics and artificial intelligence within Tesla until he owns a 25% stake. Quote, "Enough to have influence, but not so much that I cannot be overthrown," end quote. That's what the entrepreneur wrote on his X network. Musk now has about 13% of the stock, and before buying X, he had about 22%. That is, Elon sold some shares to buy X, and now he wants them and even more back, threatening otherwise to develop robot and AI projects in another company. Given that Tesla's stock has rallied nicely in recent years on news of the robot, it's painful for shareholders, especially now that interest in artificial intelligence is growing exponentially. And in fact, Tesla could become the world's leading AI company, according to some experts. This opinion is based on the fact that Tesla has everything in place to train neural networks, a source of huge datasets in the form of sensors and cameras on their cars, and the internal infrastructure to process them, including the Tesla Dojo supercomputer. Quote, "I see a path to building an artificial intelligence and robotics giant with truly enormous capabilities and power," end quote. That's what Musk said in January this year, also noting that the company has a good chance of shipping some number of Optimus robots units to customers as early as next year. And that's really exciting. The robot is indeed progressing at a rapid pace, and the other day it was revealed that Tesla has 61 additional job openings for its development. Among other vacancies, the company is looking for systems and process engineers, mechatronics, actuator manufacturing, and data acquisition operators, as well as Python and reinforcement.
Good morning, Masumi from southeastern Japan. Good morning to you, my dear. Okay. It is probably 10:30 a.m. Sunday in Japan. So good morning to you, Masumi. Thank you for stopping by. Mr. Brian Suk, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your kind words. You are a valuable contribution to the show. You're very smart and well informed. Thank you.
Learning specialists. Apparently, Elon is not completely satisfied with the robot's design, but it's in the area of artificial intelligence that major progress is still needed.
I recently discovered the Wallabot. Let me tell you why it's not your typical stud finder. We all know how most stud finders work. They tell you there's something behind your wall, you hope for the best and assume it's a wood stud, only to find out after causing some unnecessary damage like I just did in the basement I partially finished.
The brains for the robot are being developed by the same team that creates the software for unmanned driving in Tesla cars. That said, Optimus can operate autonomously, although the current version of its autopilot for vehicles requires active control from the driver. This is understandable, as Optimus has not yet left the lab while Teslas are everywhere. That said, it looks like Optimus can interact with humans. At least in one of the videos, we see a human trying to confuse the robot by shifting the blocks it's sorting. So what about the robot's capabilities? To perform its tasks, Optimus uses video encoders and joint position encoders which help it understand where its limbs occupy space. All information from sensors is fully processed on board the robot in its central computer located in its chest. Interestingly, the robot gets information about the world around it just like Tesla cars, only from cameras. No radar or LiDAR. It also has a visual navigation system controlled by fully trained end-to-end neural network. And some sources say it's also loaded with a library of benchmarks of natural human movements optimized and adapted for Optimus. But it's not infinite, and to learn to act like humans, it's not quite there just yet. Tesla is developing neural networks for autopilot by capturing and analyzing images from the cameras of its vehicles. It collects information from millions of cars in real time to share data for object detection and depth estimation. The company's cars are literally watching how people drive, how they behave on the road in different situations. The neural network processes this information and learns to drive the same way. Could the company use the same approach for robots? Well, theoretically, yes. For example, Figure recently showed how it used a demonstration to train its humanoid robot to refill a coffee machine with capsules. Moreover, Google has a very interesting project that aims to collect as much data as possible on how to perform certain actions and how to generalize them and apply them to a wide variety of robots, that is, robots with different designs. The project, by the way, is massive. Google is doing it its own style. For the great goal of making robots smarter, 25 labs total have come together. But back to Tesla. The company has a lot of robots in its factories, and Optimus is supposed to start working in those same factories too. But can data from industrial assembly robots teach a humanoid anything? Well, it's hard to imagine right now, and even if some of the data turns out to be applicable, where to get the rest to teach the robot everything else? The answer to these questions is probably what the company is looking for right now.
There you go.
In 2023, Elon Musk said, quote, "We're going to continue to invest heavily in developing artificial intelligence because it's really a massive game changer. And I mean success in that regard in the long term. I think it has the potential to make Tesla the most valuable company in the world today. If you have fully autonomous cars on a large scale and fully autonomous humanoid robots that are really useful, it's not clear what your limit is." End quote. As for Optimus' physical capabilities, the robot can now walk like a severely fatigued human and perform an unknown number of operations with its hands. More recently, the robot's fingers have developed sensitive sensors that help it determine how much force will be enough to pick up and hold an object, including fragile things like eggs. That said, Tesla Bot's arms are strong enough to hold tools, such as screwdrivers and metal parts weighing up to 44 pounds or 20 kilos. The design and functionality of the robot arms is roughly comparable to humanoid competitors. The advantages of Tesla robots include a compact and powerful battery with a capacity of 2.3 kilowatt hours, which should be enough for about a full day's work. Interestingly, in the future, Optimus should learn something extraordinary, namely to squat and lift. That's something we've never seen in any humanoid robot before. We're not saying Optimus is like Sam Sulek, but the only bot that currently squats is Digit, and it has a completely different leg design. Will Tesla engineers be able to apply this functionality in Optimus?
I love those chicken legs, man. I think that's very efficient. Digit has them.
What do you think? Leave your comments below. Meanwhile, describing the competitive landscape, Musk claimed, quote, "I don't think anyone can do it better than Tesla. Boston Dynamics is impressive, but their robot lacks a brain or something," end quote. Incidentally, it's Boston Dynamics' Atlas robot that is often compared to Optimus, although this comparison is not quite correct. Sure, Atlas can do somersaults and parkour, but that doesn't carry any value to a potential buyer, unless of course he's gonna use the robot in a circus or as a cat burglar. And yes, its mobility isn't as impressive, but it will be able to perform a number of operations on its own that Atlas wouldn't even have the capability to dream of. And what if we're not comparing Optimus to Atlas? Well, we don't know much about the Eve robot. The company claimed years ago that its robots could perform human tasks, but for some reason, we still haven't heard anything about integrating these robots into real-world enterprises. And yes, OpenAI recently invested in the company. The funds were supposed to be used to develop legs for the robot, but in the latest video, the robot is still riding on wheels. And nothing groundbreaking since has been reported about the robot's AI. Optimus' most famous competitor, though, is the Figure robot. The company's development is progressing at an impressive rate, but what do we really know about the robot? Yes, it learned a simple action from demonstration, and earlier, Brad Addock, the startup's founder, blurted out that the company uses different approaches to learning, among them demonstrations and teleoperation. Teleoperation with feedback is also used by startup Sanctuary AI, which aims to create a universal humanoid robot. But here again, it comes down to the simple fact that it's impossible to show it every useful action in the world. Tesla is also apparently taking different approaches. In the company's videos, we've already seen how the robot follows the movements of a human wearing sensors, and how operators use teleoperation to have the robot fold t-shirts. And the robot was obviously not assisted in sorting the blocks. In any case, it's too early to draw conclusions about which team of humanoid robot developers is clearly in the lead, but Tesla definitely has every chance to be first or best, or perhaps both. Interestingly, Musk, confident of his success, is already taking care of the robots revolting. Tesla is reportedly working on building in security measures to ensure that artificial intelligence doesn't take over humanity. Specifically, Elon said, quote, "Now, obviously, we need to make sure that there's a good place for humans in the future. We're going to put a lot of effort into localized control of the humanoid robot. So essentially, anyone will be able to turn it off locally, and you won't be able to change that even if you install, for example, a software update," end quote. In other words, the Tesla bot will obey when ordered to stop any activity. The end result, Musk claims, is a fundamental transformation of civilization that will help achieve a future of abundance, a world without poverty, where you can have anything you want in terms of products and services. And Optimus, or other intelligent humanoid robots, will be at the center of that future. Many experts roughly agree with this point of view, though with a tiny caveat in mind that this is just one possibility. Universal robot technology will have implications for humanity that are too great to be accurately predicted. If anybody really knew, what do you think they would bet on? Post your comments below, like and share this video.
All right, that was our futuristic high technology robotics segment. Let's see. Let me check this. Ugh. Oh, what is this crap? Hold on.
Joe Biden had been involved in a bribery scheme.
The informant upon whom their entire impeachment debacle was based has been indicted by the FBI for lying. And now the entire case reads like George Santos' resume.
I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is.
Easy there, Maddie. If I were you, I'd worry about the pictures on your laptop.
Sex charges against me.
Sorry, fellas, but everyone knew this was a lie.
But that's just your suggestion. You don't actually have any facts.
Hunter Biden ain't perfect, and I won't defend him. The problem is his weird sex life had nothing to do with Ukraine, Burisma, or President Biden. So Republicans just made up.
That he was directly involved in all of this.
I would say that the credibility of Comer, Jordan, and Gates was destroyed, but that's like saying the pigs will never fly again. At least Dairy Queen got to take home Hunter's dick pic, so she'll be busy this weekend.
Oh, I'm very excited about that.
Am I wrong?
Damn right.
I wanted to be a dictator.
Shut the f up, Donnie.
Believe it or not.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donna.
Really American on YouTube.
Sorry about that. Okay, it's Bernie Sanders. All right, bear with me. This next one is a message from Senator Bernie Sanders.
Thanks very much for joining me. I want to take a few minutes to discuss something that is not being discussed adequately in the corporate media, nor in Congress. And that is that right now, today, in Gaza, we are witnessing one of the worst humanitarian disasters in modern history. It is unfolding before our very eyes, and we must not turn away from that reality. And I'm sorry to tell you what I think many of you already know, that we in the United States of America are deeply complicit in what is happening. What we do in Congress right now could well determine whether tens of thousands of people live or die. Let's briefly review what has happened in the last 4 months. On October 7th, Hamas launched a horrific terrorist attack that killed 1,200 innocent Israelis and took more than 230 hostages. More than 100 of those hostages are still being kept in captivity. That is what started this current war. And as I've said many times, Israel has the right to defend itself against Hamas terrorism. But it absolutely does not have the right to go to war against the entire Palestinian people, and that, tragically, is what we are seeing. As of today, Israel's military campaign has killed more than 27,000 Palestinians and injured some 68,000, 2/3 of whom are women and children. Unbelievably, 1.7 million people have been driven from their homes, nearly 80% of the population. This is more than twice the population of my own state of Vermont. These people have no understanding as to where they will be tomorrow or whether they will ever return back into their communities. The devastation caused by Israeli bombardments is unprecedented in modern history. Some 70% of the housing units have been damaged or destroyed. Can you imagine that? The Israeli bombing attacks have destroyed most of the infrastructure in Gaza. There is no electricity and very little water. There are virtually no places to buy bread and basic necessities, as most of the bakeries have been destroyed or shut down. Raw sewage is now running into the streets, and communications are extremely difficult because there is little or no cell phone service available. Despite the tens of thousands of Palestinians who have been injured, there are no fully functional hospitals in Gaza, and just 1 in 3 is operational at all. Amid repeated attacks on healthcare facilities, doctors and nurses are still bravely working to save lives, even without regular electricity or basic medical supplies. Israeli bombing and the onerous restrictions placed on aid entering Gaza mean that only a tiny fraction of the food, water, medicine, and fuel that is needed can get into Gaza. And even when supplies do get across the border, very little of that can reach beyond the immediate area around the Rafah crossing near Egypt. Let's take a deep breath and understand what all of this means for the men, women, and children who are in Gaza today. Not only have they been driven from their homes, not only have most of those homes been destroyed or damaged, not only are they unable to access the medical care or the clean water they need, but unbelievably and horrifyingly, hundreds of thousands of children in Gaza face starvation. Let me repeat that. Hundreds of thousands of children in Gaza face starvation. The UN says that 1 in 10 children under the age of 5 in Gaza is already acutely malnourished, and the entire population is at imminent risk of famine. What every physician knows is that malnutrition in small children causes permanent physical and cognitive damage. In other words, even if the war ended today, large numbers of children in Gaza will suffer permanent physical damage from what has happened in Gaza. And that's not to mention the extraordinary psychological damage that these children will suffer from as they have witnessed all of the death and destruction around them. If nothing changes, we will soon have hundreds of thousands of children literally starving to death before our very eyes. And believe it or not, the situation could even get worse. Right now, 1.4 million people, more than half of the population of Gaza, are squeezed into the area around Rafah, right up against the Egyptian border. Rafah was a town of just 250,000 people before the war. Now there are 1.4 million people there, more than 5 times the original population. These people are packed into crowded UN shelters or sleeping out in tents. It's a daily struggle for them to find food or water. And in the midst of all of this horror and suffering, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, the leader of Israel's extreme right-wing government, has announced that Israel will soon launch a major ground offensive against Rafah, where 1.4 million people are located. What that means is Netanyahu will soon be forcing these desperate people to evacuate once again, and nobody has any idea as to where they will go. These families, already exhausted, traumatized, and hungry, will once again be displaced with no plan for how they will survive. I struggle to find words to describe this cruelty. And let me state once again that much of what is happening in Gaza now is funded by U.S. taxpayers. These are our bombs and our military equipment that is being used. We are complicit. This is not only an Israeli war, this is an American war. Prime Minister Netanyahu says that all of this is necessary. He says that Israel will only accept quote-unquote total victory in this war. Yet asked recently what total victory would look like, he chillingly said that it is like smashing glass, quote, into small pieces, and then you continue to smash it into even smaller pieces, and you continue hitting them, end of quote. The question we must ask ourselves over and over again is how many more children and innocent people will be smashed in the process? And why is the United States helping to fund this humanitarian disaster? It is quite clear that beyond total destruction of Gaza, Netanyahu has no plan. This week, President Biden acknowledged the severity of this crisis. He said that Israel's response in Gaza, quote, has been over the top, end quote, and added that, quote, there are a lot of innocent people who are starving. There are a lot of innocent people who are in trouble and dying, and it's got to stop, end quote. That's President Biden. Well, he is absolutely right. It does have to stop. Then why in God's name are we now contemplating legislation that provides $10 billion more to the Israeli war machine to continue funding Netanyahu's war? President Biden and Secretary Blinken have been trying to negotiate an agreement where Israel pauses its military operation, Hamas releases the remaining hostages, and massive humanitarian aid comes in to help desperate people. We all hope that this deal comes together. But Netanyahu is resisting this proposal. In my view, he is trying to prolong the war to cling to power. Most Israelis rightly blame him for creating the crisis, and they want him out. But if Netanyahu prolongs the war, he can avoid accountability for his disastrous leadership. That is why Netanyahu is ignoring almost everything President Biden and Secretary Blinken are saying. He this week dismissed the hostage deal as delusional and brushed aside U.S. concerns about expanding the ground offensive to southern Gaza. There is a simple question that must be asked. How does it happen that, despite waging an horrific war which has caused massive suffering, despite ignoring the wishes of the President of the United States and the world community, how does it happen that the U.S. Congress is about to send another $10 billion of unrestricted military aid to Israel? No strings attached. It is beyond comprehension to me that Congress would reward Netanyahu even while he ignores everything the President of the United States says. Netanyahu is the leader of the most right-wing government in Israel's history, a man who has dedicated his political career to killing the prospects of a two-state solution. And yet this bill will give him a blank check paid for by the American taxpayer. It is hard to believe, but this is exactly what this bill will do. And what's even harder to understand is that in the midst of this horrendous humanitarian crisis, the legislation before us actually contains a prohibition on helping for UNRWA, the largest UN agency operating in Gaza and the backbone of the humanitarian aid operation. Israel's allegations against the agency are serious, and they are being investigated seriously. But you don't starve 2 million people because of the alleged actions of 12 UNRWA employees. The whole world is watching Netanyahu as he starves hundreds of thousands of children. We cannot be complicit in this atrocity. As long as this bill contains money to fund Netanyahu's war machine and this cruel war, it must be defeated. Thank you very much.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. $10 billion in American taxpayers' money to fund a right-wing fascist dictator nut, an evil person. He's like a mini Vladimir Putin. It's incredible. It's incredible. And it's not Joe Biden's fault. Joe Biden is against it. What's been going on. It's a lot of money in tax dollars to be helping an evil man with his agenda of power and no empathy, no compassion. He's a sociopath. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. You know what $10 billion in taxpayers' money can do for the United States to help eradicate poverty, to put towards infrastructure that we really don't have, healthcare, so on and so forth. I just don't get it. Oh boy, oh boy. Mr. Ronnie S. Hi. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a nice time with your sister last week. The Gaza genocide is just disgusting, and the U.S. taxpayers fund it. Everyone who pays their taxes is culpable. I need to decompress. That was a very heavy-duty video by Senator Bernie Sanders, and no one else could have said it better. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you're right. Very good points indeed. All right. I know the first two the first two major presentations were a little long, but let me this has to do with the scams that have been going on, and Ronnie S. is very well aware of this. We've been getting bombarded.
Monthly checks replacing Social Security.
Yeah, this has to do with the scammers presenting fraudulent advertisements to make it look like it's coming from the Social Security Administration, and where people get these this very high amount spending allowance card to help them make ends meet, and it's all fraud and targeting people on a fixed income like seniors with the sole purpose of stealing their personal information and robbing them. But why is social media allowing these scammers to continue with their advertisement videos is beyond me. But if you and I did something simple, frivolous, like play a copyrighted music song or whatever, they would want to terminate. They'll take our video off and threaten to terminate our accounts. You believe that? But the high-end crooks are allowed to flourish.
Including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, and SSI benefits. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know, as well as
this guy has the most annoying fucking voice, and his eyes are squinting like he's constipated, like he's trying to force a turd out of his ass. Look at this guy.
Answers to your concerns right here in the video. Let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to discuss monthly checks and the impact to fixed income benefits administered by the Social Security Administration, including all of the fixed income beneficiaries I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Now,
you know what? There's another man that does this, and I didn't know that this character is going to be talking, but we get the gist of it. You know, me and Ronnie were talking about this. I just can't listen to this character, this guy. He annoys the shit out of me. His face, his voice. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Let me see what this is. Hold on. All right, maybe I'll play this instead. All right. IRS. Hold on.
A $6,400 IRS subsidy that's going out, and also a spending card for those on Social Security. I've been getting a lot of questions about these, and I actually saw an advertisement on my videos. Take a look and let me know in the comments if you've seen this before.
5, not covered by Medicare or Medicaid. This is a critical effort to alleviate the financial hardships many of you are dealing with. I encourage you all to follow the government-provided link and consult with our agents for more details.
Yo, it's your Uncle Snoop Dogg. You just heard from the Prez. Now let me lay it down for you. We're talking about a major $6,400 subsidy from the IRS. Whether you're out there grinding or just getting by, this could be your chance. Hit that link below, tell them Snoop sent you, and let's get this ball rolling. But remember, these opportunities don't last forever, so don't delay. Hit that link, holla at the agents, and go secure your bag.
So you can see that President Joe Biden and Snoop have teamed together to provide this information about the IRS sending out this subsidy. And if you were one of the individuals that wanted to go get that bag, well, I must inform you that this is false information, that these are more scams. And I had a couple people ask me about them. I looked into them and I found articles like this. Fact check, Americans are not eligible for up to $6,400 in health credits or these subsidy claims. There's tons of links. This is all over social media, and they are getting people's information, getting them to go to websites. And also, fact check, Social Security spending card provided by the government for adults over 51 is a scam as well. Now, as you guys know here on the channel, I'll keep you up to date on all stimulus, Social Security programs, anything that's available to help out you and your family. I have a website of actual programs that are available at www.reliefroadmap.com, so that way you know exactly what's available, websites, phone numbers, emails to access those programs. But this information right here that is being provided on these advertisements is false. Now, I'm going to cover some of these in detail for you. I'll link these in the description so you can check them out for yourself. And if you come across any and you're questioning them, please reach out to me and let me know. I want to make sure that nobody here on my channel is scammed at all. Now, in addition to that, we've also seen a lot going on with Social Security. Stick around to the end for some updates as to what is actually going on with Social Security. But let's take a look at these articles and let you know what to look out for when these scams are popping up. Now, before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button for me. Just takes a second. Hit subscribe to stay up to date. Why not? It's totally free. But with that being said, let's take a look at these articles. All right, so up first, fact check. This actually came out in March, but as you can see, there are still advertisements popping up on social media to try to trick people even today. Americans are not eligible for up to $6,400 in health credits. Are Americans who qualify being offered up to $6,400 in health credits by the federal government? No, that is simply not true. This is bogus information similar to past false claims that such health credits are available. Many claims have appeared on Facebook stating that such health credits or money from healthcare stimulus exists. Some examples are linked here, here, and here. So there are several of them. Similarly, this post was published on Facebook on March 13th of 2023. The post includes a video that opens with, "I got approved for $5,700 and I'm going to tell you how you can do this too." The caption reads. Now, this is what the post looked like on Facebook at the time of writing. Here you can see they're holding a bunch of cash, and if you click on these links, you see people that are just fanning money. They're making it rain. Enter your zip code and you can get up to $6,400 in savings if you qualify. These are false. Now, the post includes a link, and when you click on it, it looks like this: $6,400 health credits to pay for health needs and more money for groceries, gas, and rent. Call to claim your $6,400 relief. It takes one phone call to see if you're qualified. Please do not fall for this. And the register here link takes users to an advertorial which states that Americans with no Medicaid rush to claim free medical benefits. Check eligibility below. It originated from the website Healthcare Pronto, which does not have any kind of relationship with the federal government, and the screenshot of the advertorial is below right here. You can see looks like a line of people waiting to get this, and they're saying this has nothing to do with the IRS or any of the claims that they made. Many of the other posts included above also contain a link that ultimately leads to the same Healthcare Pronto advertorial. Other advertorial posts included above are from We Solve Insurance and Financial Tips for U.S. Citizens. None of these links are associated with the federal government as top-level government websites and with the domain .gov, so don't mistake any of these for actual federal government websites. A simple Google search of health credits revealed that such health credits are not available for Americans in the ways that they are being described in this post, and I did the same thing, found nothing of this kind of any type of health credits or benefits or subsidies that were mentioned by President Joe Biden or Snoop Dogg in that fake video. Lead stories found information about the premium tax credit offered by the federal government, which the IRS described as a refundable credit that helps eligible individuals and families cover premiums for their health insurance purchased through the health insurance marketplace. To get this credit, you must meet certain requirements and file a tax return with Forms 8962 Premium Tax Credits, or PTC. The posts published on Facebook do not explicitly state that the premium tax credit is the savings that they are advertising, especially since cash is shown in the posts indicating that the savings are a payout or stimulus of some sort. And in addition to that, there's been one targeting Social Security. Fact check: Social Security spending card provided by the government for adults over 51 is a scam. Posts claiming to provide a spending card for adults over the age of 51 through the government programs are scams. No such programs exist, and Social Security benefits are limited to certain groups, such as those eligible for Medicare. Examples can be seen here and here. There are hyperlinks. The text on the post read, "Inflation is creeping up for everyone. Last night I was watching the news and I learned that adults over 51 can receive money in additional spending for groceries and expenses. Click the link to claim." The posts include images of the Social Security Administration sign and a card labeled food cart. The link in the post takes users to a page archived that says time sensitive, claim your free 2022 Medicare money spending card for free groceries. The page includes fine print at the bottom. The post appears to be referencing Medicare Advantage Flex cards that are right here as one of the points included in the disclaimer. Flex cards, Medicare is not distributing these cards. Private programs are, and many legitimate insurance companies do offer this benefit. However, they all require beneficiaries to pick up the Medicare Advantage plans. However, comments on the post sharing the link are confused, with people saying, "I don't believe this. Who has received a card?" One of the posts had more than 1.2 million views at the time of this publishing. Reuters debunked a similar claim circulating in Spanish about those over the age of 64 being given a card for spending, and this is totally false. And it says, where the Center of Medicare and Medicaid Services confirmed that Medicare Advantage plans, the highest end of Medicare, can use a debit card as a tool to manage supplemental benefits and or to reduce cost sharing for members in covered benefits. The Medicare website makes it clear that the Medicare Advantage program that offers these cards, also known as Flex cards, are offered by private companies pre-approved by Medicare and not the government. A fact sheet on Social Security benefits can be seen here, which explains that benefits are paid to retirees or disabled workers and their dependents as well as survivors. Payments can be received through a debit card. And SNAP, the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, formerly known as food stamps, also offers a debit card to purchase food. Now, when contacted about the claims on Social Security, and the SSA referred Reuters to its website, where it listed out all the programs that it offers, none of which included a spending card like the one that was mentioned in the posts. Similarly, a spokesperson for CMS told Reuters via email that the posts are sharing false information. CMS is making no such payments. Scammers target people's Medicare, as older Americans are particularly vulnerable to fraud and scams. We urge seniors to make sure that they do not give out their Medicare number and to share it only with their doctors, pharmacists, hospitals, health insurers, and other trusted healthcare providers. PolitiFact also debunked these claims as well. So I personally find this very disgusting that there are so many people that are depending on fixed income benefits that need help, and scammers are taking advantage of these people. It's very, very sad, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that nobody here on my channel is scammed, that you have all the facts and information and know the latest, and I will be sure to share these so that way you can know exactly what's going on. Now, in addition to that, to get the latest on social...
You know, Mark Zuckerberg throws people in Facebook prison left and right, constantly. But he allows the scammers, again, just like YouTube, he allows the scammers to put their fraudulent advertisements on Facebook. I'm just going to play, oh boy. Let's see. Well, I'm very happy that Letitia James, the state attorney general, said that if Donald Trump doesn't pay the 400 and some odd $million that he owes the state of New York for his fraud and underhanded tactics, that the judge can and probably will seize his personal assets, and that is good. That is good. It couldn't happen to a better crook. All right, I'm just going to play this Robert Reich video on the Gilded Age. It's a good one. Hold on for a second. Right. I guess.
Oh, hello. I was just studying some history. We can learn a lot about our present moment from studying the past. I want to share with you 6 tales from history that I find especially meaningful. Some from before my time, like the rise of fascism in the 1930s, and others that I witnessed with my own eyes. Please join me for this journey through history. Let's start with the robber barons of the 19th century. Now, you might be surprised by just how much they have in common with today's billionaires. Watch this. Ultra-wealthy elites, political corruption, vast inequality. These problems are not new. In the late 1800s, they dominated the country during America's first Gilded Age. We overcame these abuses back then, and we can do it again. Mark Twain coined the moniker the Gilded Age in his 1873 novel to describe the era in American history characterized by corruption and inequality that was masked by a thin layer of prosperity for a select few. The end of the 19th century and start of the 20th century marked a time of great invention. Bustling railroads, telephones, motion pictures, electricity, automobiles, which changed American life forever. But it was also an era of giant monopolies: oil, railroad, steel, finance, run by a small group of men who had grown rich beyond anything America had ever seen. They were known as robber barons because they ran competitors out of business, exploited workers, charged customers exorbitant prices, and lived like royalty as a result. Money consumed politics. Robber barons and their lackeys donated bundles of cash to any lawmaker willing to do bidding on their behalf. And when lobbying wasn't enough, the powerful turned to bribery, resulting in some of the most infamous political scandals in American history. The gap between the rich and poor in America reached astronomical levels. Large numbers of Americans lived in squalor. Anti-immigrant sentiment raged, leading to the enactment of racist laws to restrict immigration, and voter suppression, largely aimed at black men who had recently won the right to vote, was rampant. The era was also marked by dangerous working conditions. Children, often as young as 10 years old, but sometimes younger, worked brutal hours in sweatshops. Workers trying to organize labor unions were attacked, sometimes killed. It seemed as if American capitalism was out of control, and American democracy couldn't do anything about it because it was bought and paid for by the rich. But Americans were fed up, and they demanded reform. Many took to the streets in protest. Investigative journalists, often called muckrakers then, helped amplify their cries by exposing what was occurring throughout the country, and a new generation of political leaders rose to end the abuses. Politicians like Teddy Roosevelt, who warned that a small class of enormously wealthy and economically powerful men, whose chief object is to hold and increase their power, could destroy American democracy. After becoming president in 1901, Roosevelt used the Sherman Antitrust Act to break up dozens of powerful corporations. Seeking to limit the vast fortunes that were creating a new American aristocracy, Congress enacted a progressive income tax through the 16th Amendment, as well as 2 wealth taxes. The first wealth tax in 1916 was the estate tax, a tax on the wealth of someone accumulated during their lifetime, paid by the heirs who inherited it. The second tax on wealth, enacted in 1922, was a capital gains tax, a tax on the increased value of assets paid when those assets were sold. The reformers of the Gilded Age also stopped corporations from directly giving money to politicians or political candidates. And then Teddy Roosevelt's 5th cousin, you may have heard of him, continued the work through his New Deal programs, creating Social Security.
Good man, Teddy Roosevelt. He started it. He started it. I salute him.
Employment insurance, a 40-hour work week, and requiring that employers bargain in good faith with labor unions. But following the death of FDR and the end of World War II, When America was building the largest middle class the world had ever seen, we seem to forget about the abuses of the Gilded Age. Now, more than a century later, America has entered a second Gilded Age. It's also a time of extraordinary invention, and a time when monopolies are taking over vast swaths of the economy. So we must renew antitrust enforcement to bust up powerful companies. Now, another generation of robber barons is accumulating unprecedented money and power. So once again, we must tax these exorbitant fortunes. Wealthy individuals and big corporations are once again paying off lawmakers, sending them billions to conduct their political campaigns, even giving luxurious gifts to Supreme Court justices. So we need to protect our democracy from big money, just as we did before. Voter suppression runs rampant in the states, as during the first Gilded Age, making it harder for people of color to participate in what's left of our democracy. So it's once again critical to defend and expand voting rights. Working people are once again being exploited and abused. Child labor is returning. Unions are busted. The poor are again living in unhealthy conditions. Homelessness is on the rise. And the gap between the ultra-rich and everyone else is nearly as large as in the first Gilded Age. So, once again, we need to protect the rights of workers to organize, invest in social safety nets, and revive guardrails to protect against the abuses of great wealth and power. The question now is the same as it was at the start of the 20th century. Will we fight for an economy and a democracy that works for all rather than the few? We've done it before. We can and must do it again. From Teddy Roosevelt's Square Deal to Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal, it took a generation to dismantle the power of the robber barons. But during FDR's presidency, a new threat emerged, the rise of fascism. Once again, there are disturbing parallels to the present day. Watch this. I want to talk to you about the F word. No, not that F word. I'm talking about fascism. Is Donald Trump really a fascist, as some would say? Or is the word authoritarian sufficient? The term fascism is often used loosely, but you can generally identify fascists by their hate of the other, vengeful nationalism, and repression of dissent. To fight these ideas, we need to be aware of what they are and how they fit together. Let's examine the 5 elements that define fascism and what makes it distinct from and more dangerous than authoritarianism. First, the rejection of democracy in favor of a strong man. Authoritarians believe strong leaders are needed to maintain stability, so they empower strong men, dictators, or absolute monarchs to maintain social order through the use of force. But fascists view strong leaders as the means of discovering what society needs. They regard the leader as the embodiment of society, the voice of the people.
I am your voice. I alone can fix it.
Second, stoking rage against cultural elites. Authoritarian movements cannot succeed without at least some buy-in from establishment elites. While fascist movements often seek to co-opt the establishment, they largely depend on fueling resentment and anger against presumed cultural elites for supposedly displacing regular people. Fascists rile up their followers to seek revenge on the elites.
The out-of-touch media elites, the political elites, but the elites from the elites who led us from one financial and foreign policy disaster to another.
They create mass political parties and demand participation. They encourage violence.
You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Knock the crap out of him, would you?
And we fight. We fight like hell.
Third, nationalism based on superior race and historic bloodlines. Authoritarians see nationalism as a means of asserting the power of the state. For fascists, the state embodies what is considered a superior group based on race, religion, and historic bloodlines. To fascists, the state is a means of asserting that superiority.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you.
Fascists worry about disloyalty and replacement by groups that don't share the same race or bloodlines.
And I think any Jewish people that vote for a Democrat, I think it shows either a total lack of knowledge or great disloyalty.
Fascists encourage their followers to scapegoat, expel, and sometimes even kill such others. Fourth, extolling brute strength and heroic warriors. The goal of authoritarianism is to gain and maintain state power at any cost. For authoritarians, strength comes in the form of large standing armies that can enforce their rule. They seek power to wield power. Fascists seek state power to achieve their ostensible goal, achieving their vision of society. Fascism accomplishes this by rewarding those who win economically and physically, and denigrating or even exterminating those who lose. Fascism depends on organized bullying, a form of social Darwinism.
Our people are tougher and stronger and meaner and smarter.
For the fascist, war and violence are means of strengthening society by culling the weak and glorifying heroic warriors.
I am your warrior. I am your justice. I am your retribution. I am your retribution.
Fifth and finally, disdain of women and LGBTQ+ people. Authoritarianism imposes hierarchies. It's about order. Fascism's idea of order is organized around a particular hierarchy of male dominance. The fascist heroic warrior is male. Women are relegated to subservient roles. In fascism, anything that challenges the traditional heroic male roles of protector, provider, and controller of the family is considered a threat to the social order. Fascism seeks to eliminate homosexuals, non-binary, transgender, and queer people because they are thought to challenge or weaken the heroic male warrior.
I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth.
These 5 elements of fascism fit together and reinforce each other. Rejection of democracy in favor of a strong man depends on galvanizing popular rage. Popular rage draws on a nationalism based on a supposed superior race or ethnicity. That superior race or ethnicity is justified by a social Darwinist idea of strength and violence, as exemplified by heroic warriors. Strength, violence, and the heroic warrior are centered on male power. These 5 elements find exact expression in Donald Trump.
Okay, it's a long one. I'll play the second half next week, unless next week is Easter weekend. That's all I have time for. Okay. Yeah, it's like a over 30 minute video by Robert Reich. It's excellent. It's really it's more than excellent. It's outstanding and very historic. I demand immunity. I demand immunity. I am still your president, and I demand immunity on all charges, all 92 felonies and other additional trivial charges that I have been unfairly accused of. Immunity, I say. Oh, my blood pressure is going so high. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Hold on. Hello, Geordie of Scotland. George from Geordie's Den. I won't make it tonight. I'm extremely sleepy. Yeah, you didn't make it last time either because your sister was over. I'm spiritual. Yeah, me too. Geordie's Den. I'm not religious. What does spiritual mean, Geordie? You're extremely sleepy, but you're not sleepy to type in the commentary section. Mr. Ronnie S. Hold on. Okay. The mysterious Mr. M. I sent you the link. AKA Western Mike. You have the link. Because if everybody's busy or sleepy or unconscious, then I will keep on playing more videos. All right, I sent the link to my illustrious right-hand man and co-host, Mick Von Raven. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Spiritual means you have an open mind to realms and entities that are outside of and beyond the three-dimensional world that we know. You are open-minded to other entities from other dimensions or parallel universes. Well, let's just stick with dimensions. I believe the spirit world is a dimension. So-called heaven can be a dimension. Yes, I believe in spirits. I believe in evil spirits. I believe that evil spirits have ranks, just like angels. So the fallen angels have ranks, just like in the military. Yeah. I gotta try. I've tried tamales, I think, and Trader Joe's corn tamales. I think I tried them and they were excellent. Well, all of us have an energy inside of us, a soul that represents our consciousness and makes us alive. Yes, they are elevated bodies. Well, when you die, it's a good idea that you're going somewhere. it's a good idea. There's another place better than what happened. Somebody came into the studio for a short period of time, and then I tried to let them in, and then they were gone. You know, I mean, I don't move at the speed of light. Yeah, well, excuse me. While I take a sip of my elixir. Let me just see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here. Well, now what? Oh, okay. Okay, I just received a message from Mick Von Raven. Let me comply with his request. Okay, I'm going to have to send him the link by way of email. Let's see. Bear with me, folks. You got Mr. Western Mike. I sent you the link. You got to teach me how to find the countdown. How were you able to utilize that countdown with the music and the stars fluttering around in the background or whatever? Restream link. There you go. Okay. I have complied. I have complied with Mr. Mick Von Raven. What's going on here, man? What's going on here? Maybe a spirit tried to enter the studio. You never know. More mysterious things have happened in my lifetime. You know, after my mother passed away and the house was sold and our home, the old original home phone number, was terminated. The very next Mother's Day that of the following year, because you know she passed away in October, so the following year was, of course, after January 1st. So Mother's Day is in May, right? So before Mother's Day, right at the beginning of Mother's Day weekend, my sister receives a phone call on her caller ID. It said "Mom," and it had the phone number. It had our old home phone number, and it said "Mom" on her phone, on the caller ID of her phone. She showed me. She showed other people. She says, "It says Mom. That phone number no longer exists." Talk about something that will knock you on your ass. About like the spirit world. It was near Mother's Day. She showed it to me. How about that? Tunes. Jordy likes subjects to remain very light. I don't know why. Thank you, Western Mike. Yeah, isn't that something, huh? Right before Mother's Day, my sister gets a call from the old phone number and it said, "Mom." Yeah, I'm serious. That's exactly what happened.
Hey, can you see me?
I see you in high definition Technicolor.
Hey, man, I'm using my iPad today. Hold on a
Using an
second.
iPad.
Let me represent it. I
You have
got my
more,
hand over the
you have more
picture.
you have more functions with the iPad than you do on the phone?
I don't know yet. Let me turn up the volume.
I was
Hey.
just Donald Trump was I demand immunity. Immunity. Oh, immunity.
By the way, my Trump friend, the one that insists how wonderful he is, I said she's a holy roller too. I said, when do you go to church tomorrow and ask the preacher or priest about his paying for hookers and porn stars to have sex with? And she's like, oh, that's fake news. I'm like, no, it's not. He's paying hush money. He's being in a
He's paying hush money just like Vince McMahon was paying hush money, but
exactly
he decided to stop paying the girls.
Exactly. So fake news is not the answer to every single thing they say.
Yeah, you're right, Western Mike. Thank you very much. Ronnie S., thank you very much, Western Mike. I sent you the link, Western Mike. Yeah, sup, Mick, your iPad works well. Yeah.
Thanks.
Trump is sad. Yeah, well, sad. He's a sad sack of a human sack of shit.
Yeah, that she sends me something. Oh, Joe Biden sniffs children's hair. I'm like, yeah, and Donald Trump pays hookers and prostitutes to fuck them.
Donald Trump was fooling around with Stormy Daniels when his wife was ready to give birth to Barron.
Exactly. And I said to her, I said, would you sleep with Donald Trump for money? Well, why are you bringing that up? I said, well, you like him so much. Would you, she's married. And I'm like,
she got nervous,
yeah,
right?
She's like, well, why are you bringing that up? Well, why not? You want to talk shit? Let me talk some shit back at you. See how you like it. Oh, you don't like it? Oh, what do you know? What do you know?
What do you know? It's like the
oh man,
it's like the two Republicans from Florida preaching morality to everyone, and they're having a threesome. Him, his wife, and a extra girl on the side.
Saturday night, time for an ace.
Oh, you gotta click on the settings and remove mirror.
Hold on a second. Yes, please, and thank you.
Gotta remove, because I didn't see ace the proper way.
No, where's
now?
Oh, there we go. I just hit
little asterisky.
Yes, sir. Hold, please.
Yes.
Let me go back. Wait a minute. Now it switched it around.
There you go. Now I see it. Oh, that's a beautiful product. Show it again so Ronnie S can see. Ace Dry Apple Craft Cider.
6.9.
93, 6.9%. That's a California-based company. That's an outstanding hard apple.
I got to go back to settings to reverse my camera, right? Let's see.
I think you did it. You got to shut off a mirror.
I shut it off.
It worked.
Let me try. Well, hold on. How's this front wide camera?
Yeah, I see you.
Okay, there we go. I got my hair's kind of dip doodled right now. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was like Cab Calloway. It was fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Flick back. Heidi.
So now I feel like I'm on some kind of angular shot here, don't you? Doesn't it look like it?
Are you looking straight at the iPad?
Yeah, but it's because I unclicked that mirror thing.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it. I like the.
Where is the iPad now? It's
in my hands.
Right? Oh.
By the way, it is higher definition than the iPhone. It looks like, doesn't it?
They're both good. They're both.
Hold on, let me see if I can re-angle myself here.
The only thing, like when Ronnie comes on with his iPhone, it's much better than his old iPhone, but he gets pixely.
Oh,
He gets
Ronnie said something about Vince McMahon didn't pay the hush money.
Well, he didn't pay
Enough.
in full.
Yeah, they stopped paying.
The agreement was like two million or 3 million or something. He only paid 1 million, I think.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's known for doing that. But then again, Donald Trump also is known for not paying his debts and his.
Did you see that figure went up exponentially with the interest? The money he owes?
Oh yeah, Letitia James, attorney, New York Attorney General.
Yeah, they're
400 and almost $500 million, right?
He is in some deep shit.
Former New York Governor Eliot Spitzer had a thing for high-priced prostitutes also. Yeah, but why bring up a Democrat governor? Yeah, you did. He liked French call girls, Eliot Spitzer. Yeah, and so Anthony Weiner liked to do.
He liked to send a picture of his penis to underage girls. That's how
His
he got in
Weiner.
jail.
Anthony Weiner said, "Oh, he's in jail now."
No, he's out, but he went to jail for. He didn't know the girl was underage, and he sent it anyway.
Does that mean his political career is over?
Yeah, but if he was in the Republican Party, he'd be on the ticket to the White House.
Oh, they love him.
They would. They're like, "Hey, flash that cock again. Thank you, feller."
Oh, you've been to Epstein's resort.
I thought I saw you there. Was that your ball slapping Aunt mine that one time?
Yeah, dude, never, ever, if you participate in a menage a trois.
Make sure it's two women and you, not you and a dude and a woman.
Not you and another dude and a woman.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
You know, they should have hired the Oscar Mayer company. Should have hired Anthony Weiner to drive the Weiner mobile.
Yeah, they can't get many people to drive it. He'd fucking drive that thing right into the vaginal womb of America.
Yeah, but I mean, Anthony Weiner drives the Weiner mobile. What could be more perfect than that?
How does that song go? My first name is Oscar. My last name is Meyer. I'm a Wiener. I forget.
Well, I like when Boston, an old, almost retired pitcher, Louis Tiant, left the Red Sox and joined the Yankees, and he did a commercial for, at that time, of course, they went out of business, New York Yankees Frankfurters.
Wow.
And the commercial was this. Oh, what happened?
Hold on a second. I'm trying to close the program, and hold on. All right,
Yeah, you can't. For some reason, you can't minimize Restream and go somewhere else.
No, I was trying to. I thought I had a program opened, so I was trying to close it, and I actually was reopening it, which is a.
But I know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the commercial was, "It's great to be with a wiener."
Oh my God!
He's trying to say winner.
Wiener, Senior Wiener, Mr. Anthony Wiener.
It's great to be with a wiener.
Senior Wiener.
Liberals are more upfront about their true colors. Conservatives may lie about it, which is a red flag. You're right on target, Western Mike.
Yes, sir.
There, Ronnie S. says, there's been some people coming out saying Vince goes both ways. Yeah, yes, he does. Yes, he did. And prefers two dudes in the threesomes. Well, Pat Patterson might have had an effect on him. What happened? You went mute, my friend. Your audio. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, there you go. Now I hear you.
I think these bodybuilders, they can't manage to fuck themselves, so they like to find something that looks like them and fuck them.
You mean because Well, I know that there's I know that they do check themselves out in the mirror in the gym because they want to see if they're how their triceps look and their biceps, and you know they
Sure,
want to see
sure.
they want to check their progress. But but if you go up to the mirror and start like kissing yourself, that's a problem.
Yeah, well, they don't. They go up to another dude and start kissing them.
Yeah, both ways. Yeah.
Yeah, and he prefers men over women. Is that what it said?
Listen, yeah, listen, Ronnie S. Why don't you do what I do, what I've done? Lie down if you feel real sleepy. Come on the show with your iPhone in your hand. It would help if you plugged it in because video sucks up a lot of power.
Hey, good
And just
idea.
lie down, and just you could be in your t-shirt, you could be in your pajamas. Honestly, I don't wear pajamas because I feel hot.
I wear
them,
just my underwear.
Yeah, and just lie down and just stare at your iPhone and come on. And come on. It doesn't matter. I've done it. I was on Western Mike's show tonight, and I was lying down, and it worked out fine. That's all. Anytime you're sleepy, you don't have to sit on a chair.
And you don't have to talk. You can actually fall asleep, and then we'll let you go then.
Well, it is kind of funny if somebody passes out and you don't tell them, and they're on the show like that guy from Michigan. What the hell was his name? BC's Beer Reviews, something like that.
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, he's like he looks like Burl Ives from that sang
Yes,
It's a Holly
yeah, I
Job
know
Christmas.
about Burl Ives, yes.
Yeah, he's built like Burl Ives, and he got angry because we took me and this other guy, we took a print screen of him when he passed out and he was sleeping in a chair, and then we had him, and then he got pissed because we took a print screen of him.
And then put it as his avatar.
We kind of avatared it, and he got upset. His sense of humor is
not very good. It sounds like.
Well, it's good when it comes to other people, but when it comes to like laughing at himself, he's not good at it.
So he takes himself a little too serious. Sorry, my thumb keeps. I don't know where the camera is exactly, and I try to hold it up.
Yeah, he did pass out many
From
times,
drinking,
even on Ron
right?
Stereo show. Now, the main thing is that the mirror's off, because if you show something and the mirror's on, then the letters are back.
Yes, sir.
But I don't know why you claim that your iPad is in front of you, but it looks like you're looking at somebody like in the other corner of the room.
I know.
Now I don't see.
Sorry, it is weird.
No, I'm not blaming you. It is what it is.
I'm looking at you, right? It's weird. It is weirder. I think when I had the mirror on, it was straighter, and without it, it's looser. I don't know why.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know the location of the built-in phone in the iPad?
Not exactly.
Built-in camera. Is there like a little dot? It's like a little doohickey.
There's the camera.
Oh no, I can't look at that gray.
I know. I haven't downloaded the other thing to this iPad. I have it on my iPhone.
Yeah. Well, I gave it Mike. Western Mike says he wants to use it. Where are you?
Then we'll both have it, eh?
I sent him the link. He says, I could use it sometimes if I don't want to use my camera, I can use the avatar. I says, yeah, well, don't use the ugly gray letters.
I'm on some weird angle where I look like I'm looking the other. This is forcing me to look. I don't know. It's.
You know what? Put it back on mirror. Let's see what happens.
If it changes. Hold on.
Put it back on mirror.
Let's see. Yeah, see, now it's angled this way. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, your eyeballs are still going in another direction.
I still don't, unless I get real close. but I don't want to be that close.
No.
I don't know. It's kind of goofy. It's when we first tried it, it seemed really good. Now I'm not so sure.
Well, it's doing the same
Angles.
thing. You're looking in the opposite angle.
Yes.
You see, before you were looking on the other way, at the left. You were looking towards the left
It's
angle.
pretty goofy, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? You're clear. Your audio is perfect. Knock on wood. You're not pixelating
My
or
drinks
blurring.
are cold.
Your drinks are cold. Your high definition. Everything is. The lighting is great.
Oh, I had some hits on eHarmony that let me do 3 days for free, and I'm talking to somebody online, but well, I don't know. They had to let me go. They said, and because they were busy, they had to find something to eat. I don't have a gray suit jacket, but you'd look fine in one, I'm sure, Western Mike.
No, actually, Western Mike was wearing a nice black T-shirt, I think, like I'm wearing now, and a gray
Blazer.
tweed, a gray blazer would look really good with a black.
I'm wearing a gray T-shirt right now. Gray T-shirt.
V-neck.
I like black T-shirts mostly, but I ran out, so I went gray.
Well,
no, not gay. I said gray.
The last I ordered some new T-shirts the end of 2023, and I got 5 black. I don't want multicolors. I got 5 black T-shirts.
You're lucky, because they usually make you buy black and gray.
Well, you know what? I looked, I searched, and I found them. And
I prefer V-necks myself. You like crew necks?
And they were a good price.
There you go.
They were reasonable.
Such a deal.
And the quality it surpassed Hanes.
That's good.
Quality is even better than Hanes.
What brand are they?
And I think they're Fruit of the Loom.
Gotcha.
Fruit. Where did the words "fruit of the loom" like chicken of the sea? Like fruit of the loom means your balls, right?
I don't know. The loom is what holds the underwear up. I assume the elastic.
The fruit is holding your gonads.
Well, or do they have fruit of the loom for women? That could be their precious lady parts.
James, your shirt is dope. Sorry, didn't compliment your back. Oh, thank you. It's dope. Hey, what's the deal, man? What's the deal? When are you gonna come on the show? What's the deal? The other guy, Ronnie. I mean, he could easily lie on his bed with his iPhone and come on the show.
Come on.
Gray shirts are the dope. Navy is good, but not always. My third shirt is great. Well, I do have gray T-shirts, but I don't wear them. They're not my first choice if I know I'm going to do a live stream.
Once you grow gray, you'll never be gay. I'm just thinking of stupid acronyms. Hey, so when is Netanyahu going to be? Is it tried or impeached? What do they do over there in Israel?
He's guilty. He's guilty of war crimes.
Yeah, against his own people and for letting it happen. He let that happen so he could attack them. I think he's a warring president. They should not have brought him back.
You know, Hamas. I mean, not Hamas. Gaza.
Yeah.
Has a right to become a separate country of Palestine and without any harassment from Israel. They have that right.
Israel was going in there and harassing and beating and killing people for a while. I'm not saying I'm not saying I don't stand with Israel under this attack like some people do, but
you know how many innocent Palestinian children got killed because of Israel's attacks?
A lot. I mean, Israel's is the least of there are allies, but still they've got to stop attacking. They got to leave those people alone. And when they hear about a terrorist threat, they need to take it real. rape, pillage, afraid to say that.
But I don't know about allies anymore because Biden is pretty fed up with Netanyahu's
his bullshit. And
bullshit.
as far as Trump versus Biden, I cannot believe this country can't come up with younger candidates. What Trump is 77. They act like Joe Biden's on the verge of a mental breakdown. Well, Trump is, they call it dementia. He's got plenty of problems too. He needs to be his handheld when he's walking down a ramp. There's a video of that.
I listened to Gavin Newsom speaking recently, and I was very impressed.
He's the man, even though somebody was bitching that he's not doing something in Oakland. Well, I think you brought it up. It's the mayor first has to call the governor for help, and that mayor doesn't do anything. The governor can't override a mayor unless it's something criminal.
That's because the mayor of Oakland is probably like the mayor of Baltimore, the mayor of Chicago, the mayor of New York City. You know what I mean? They don't want to hassle their own kind.
Oh, you know what? That's the other thing. The thing I despise is we're all the same thing. We're all human beings, even though we're different races and religions. Why can't we ever? I mean, Trump has put this country backwards in its racism for years. When I was younger,
but there are patterns form. Like, if you have, let's say you have the area I live in is pretty high income. So, but it's multi-ethnic, but it's still high income. So you could take a walk at 3 a.m. and nobody would bother you. It's like it's peaceful.
Gotcha.
It's peaceful. So you have multi-ethnic area with all educated people, have good jobs of different nationalities.
I live in a townhome area. We have multiple races, religions, everything, and everyone's harmonious.
Right, and then you go to New York, and there's like homicides in the subway system. Like the other day, there was a big fight, and then somebody got killed.
Was it a gangbangers?
It seemed like it. Not too long before that, there was somebody killed on the subway.
Well, in the south side of Chicago, it's black on black crime, and nobody seems to give a flying hoot. I mean, they called it Chirac for a reason.
You know what can be done, but like you said, the mayor has to call the governor.
And this
National Guard. I would send the National Guard in and say, you know what? Guess what? Your time is up.
Our
Chicago.
Yeah, our governor's Democratic, and he fucking hates Trump. JB Pritzker.
Yeah. I think if the mayor of Chicago stopped being an incompetent horse's ass.
Oh, he's going to be a one-term mayor, just like Beetlejuice was.
Beetlejuice. If he called Pritzker,
not Spritzer. But that sounds fun. Spritzer.
Pritzker.
JB Pritzker. Call him Spritzer.
I'll call him Prickster.
There you go.
If you call Prickster and he say, "Hey, Pricky baby, I need help. I don't want Chicago to be
Iraq.
like a third world country or a terrorist
on the south
country.
side.
I want to clean out the barn. It's time to clean out the barn." And you know what? I think get the National Guard in there. You say, okay, gangs, guess what? Your time is up.
Yeah, that's the problem. Gangs should not exist.
Well, multi-billionaires, the only reason why they exist is because of ill-gotten gains. They screwed their way to the top, and they're not. And you know what? I spoke about. I got a lot of information about the new president of Mexico, and it's like beautiful. It's like Scandinavia, democratic socialism. He's cleaning up all the corruption is getting cleaned
Well,
up.
the problem is they let the drug cartels run that country.
Yeah. Well, and they were. So the rich are now paying not only their fair share of taxes, they're paying back taxes that they were getting away with during other administrations. And infrastructure is being built, high-speed rail is being put in, manufacturing.
Well, Joe Biden passed the infrastructure legislation and all the other things, the climate change. I don't know why the Dems aren't toting that out there like they should.
Yeah,
they're still looming another government shutdown without the, the budget. And the Republicans are finding out the hard way. They shouldn't have gotten rid of Kevin McCarthy. They got that evangelical piece of shit.
Yeah, they're the ones that that turned down the border security bill or whatever they call it.
And now the egg's on their face. By the way, they're paying. The Republicans are suffering. People bitch about immigration. They had a bill. They voted it down because they're weasels. They're stupid weasels.
They're the ones that don't want to spend tax money on infrastructure.
Exactly.
They rather stuff their pockets. I just want to answer some commentary. Purple suits to me is good for the Joker on Batman. That's my take.
I had a purple suit when I was 21.
Guys get mad about gray or blue suits. They get mad, but that's okay because they always wear red or purple suits. Well, you have a lot of gays in San Francisco, Mike. My town's too white. Ha ha ha. Sorry.
I thought there was a big Asian population in San Francisco.
They have a really nice Chinatown. San Francisco's Chinatown is like one of the biggest.
Chicago has a Chinatown too.
That's not the Chicago I grew up in. I heard they have a Japanese town
in Chicago. They have Indian.
Yeah.
They have an Indian area, Polish area, German area.
Italian.
I have to get another cocktail. I'm going to put you on the shelf for a minute.
Sure. Al Capone. Don't show me the gray though. Al Capone lived there, right?
Yeah.
I saw his house. They showed a picture of his house.
He died of syphilis.
Yeah. But I mean, at that time.
Curable disease is my point.
Yeah, it is curable. But when was he suffering from the syphilis?
Well, remember, but he didn't live a long age.
No.
I might have to switch the mirror again. Hold on, because I'm bringing another drink. Can you see this drink? I had to go switch the mirror.
No, let me see.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. Let me get to. How come my cursor is not going where I tell it to?
Bloody orange.
Hold on, man. Let me see it. I can't turn it. No, it's facing the other way now. Get close.
I'm trying.
I was pointing the other way. Back. Bloody orange. What does that say? Ace?
Ace 6.9.
What's the P in front of the ace?
Space.
Oh, space. Bloody. Oh, that looks refreshing, man.
Yeah. Another 6.9.
You're making me wish I had some.
Yeah, I bet. It's good stuff. Ace is good.
I mean, people, if you're tired of drinking beer and ale and IPAs, try this Ace hard apple cider product. Really, and I had the dry one. What is it called? High.
Oh, that 8%. That's good too. Yeah.
Alcohol. It's one of their strong ones, but you can't drink too many of those. That's the whole problem.
I drink like 2 or 3. That's about it.
I couldn't handle that. I'd be gone after 2. Hold on for a second.
So should I take the mirror off? Facing
get Michael, get that gray M out of there. I'm telling you. Boot up. Upload that avatar I gave you. No, sorry, no gray M. Hey, Tommy Carroll. yeah, I said I can't look at that fucking thing. Tommy Carroll, greetings, JPM and panel. I prefer to walk around dog shit, than to walk through it. Primarily win for Trump in South Carolina. He's a Republican.
Well, Nikki
Trump,
Haley should have dropped out a long time ago, so it doesn't really, that win's not really that big of a deal.
he's a Trump lover.
Yeah, too bad.
James, you should be on Real Time with Bill Maher. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's one of my favorite shows. I
Tommy
should be
Carroll.
on also.
That's my favorite commute too.
What's up?
Hey man.
Wait, hold on.
You having trouble with the avatar?
Again. Yeah.
Well,
hey, you don't gotta undermine me. Oh, I got it. I hear you on the avatar. But hold on.
Try those dots. You'll see 3 vertical dots in the upper dot. Hold on.
Bada a swing and a miss.
Now, how do you hold on? Don't go nowhere, Mike. Stay right there with the black light in the background.
Yeah.
Mr. Mick Von Raven, how do you upload your avatar here on Restream?
It's been a while.
It worked for my
over a year.
Or where could Mike
been
go?
Over a year since I did it.
Is it the little dots in the upper right hand?
The hold on a second.
I'm getting nervous.
Hold
because
on.
Everybody is getting hyper. No, that's horrible.
I know. I'm trying to.
You're making me.
Something. I honestly don't know. I'd have to get off the air and look at it, to be honest with you.
Oh,
nice.
That's
sunny
a nice,
out there, buddy.
Nice view.
Very
that's
nice
your
view.
condominium. That's your condo pool, right?
That's not mine.
Oh,
it's your neighbor's.
Else's.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Will you guys leave me alone about this? I tried to use the avatar, but it's not letting me. It worked for my show, but not for yours.
Well, just show the pool.
Oh, okay. Unless shit.
Oh no. Show the pool.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Oh wait, back dual wide camera, front wide camera. Why does it keep on doing this shit?
Because it's a pain in the ass. That's why.
I know, right?
Hold on, let me see if I could do the other configuration. No, that's not it. Is that it?
We had a connection problem there.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it's the Black T-shirt club. I forgot to wear mine.
You know, if you want to keep your planetarium on, that's cool. I could see you. You look good. You look mysterious.
Really? Nice.
Hey, Mike.
You look good in that.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Nick? What's up, James? What's up, pajamas? What's up, pajamas?
Hey, what's the deal, man? What's the deal? The dill, rather.
What's the dill?
What's the dill?
Dill pickles or dildos?
Well, it's
dill, a doe, a female doe.
Are you talking about Jeff Bezos's head, dildo?
He's a fucking asshole. He put commercials on Amazon Prime and you pay for it. He's a cock sucking motherfucker.
You know what he wants to do? He wants to sabotage all unions that are being created today.
I'm sure he does. All rich people hate unions.
That's a good
unions
look.
Don't really matter that much now.
Michael, that's a good look for you. That with the black light planetarium going.
Thanks,
the
man.
Black T-shirt. Good look, bro.
Thanks, guys. Take a look.
When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars,
and
peace. Hey, the planet. It's very meditative, you know.
Oh yeah. Only my bathroom light is on. Saving a lot on electricity, and then also have my music going here. What do you think about?
I'm very happy with my Bluetooth speaker. I have
an Echo. It's real nice. Amazon Echo. It's real nice. I play
That's cool.
Sirius radio on there. It's really cool.
Very, very, very serious radio. That's
XM radio.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Who is this?
What's this?
I don't know. It says
Is this Matsumi?
Lena. It says Lena Collin. I don't believe I know Alina Collin.
Well, it looks like you
calling?
got a bit of a secret admirer.
Who's leaning and who's calling?
No,
I
Lena
know. I'm
Collin
kidding.
is a woman's name, but I don't know
You
Alina
didn't
Collin.
send
So
her a link. So how's she getting on?
I never sent Alina Collin a link.
Unless Ronnie S is Lena Collin.
You know what it could be? It could be Jordy's friend. Oh,
Jordy's friend.
Jordy might have sent her, but I didn't send Jordy the link.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I mean, he didn't ask me because he got nervous because we were talking about religion.
Yeah, but also he was gonna be. He said he was out for the night, right? He said he was out. So.
Oh, he wasn't home.
Oh no, he said he was just done. He was gonna go listen to music, and I guess he was just gonna be low key. So
Loki.
Whoa.
We would rile him up and make him discombobulated. We would make him discombobulated.
Yeah.
And in the seventh house.
Also listening to some classic rock music on the stereo, and that's really nice too.
Anyway, I love this Bluetooth speaker I have that has flashing LED disco lights.
Nice.
Pajamas, you listen to music on your stereo?
It calls me pajamas, but I don't see the connection.
Pajamas, James.
He's not in his pajamas though. He's in his black T-shirt.
Black T-shirt is still plenty pajamas. So
we had a disco light at my house, and I played Double Live Gonzo to it by Ted Nugent.
Really?
Oh, James, aren't we going to get the copywritten problems?
We're going to have a copyright problem. Believe me, they get on my ass like
shit on a goose.
Can't play any
5 minutes. That sounds just
can't play copyright because they'll fuck my show.
But it's in the background. It's in. Jay, do you guys ever listen to music in your house?
All the time, but not on the air because of the copyright.
Not on the air. Can't do it. Can't do it. Unless you want you have a Bluetooth earbud.
Yeah.
You can listen to your music with the earbud.
Maybe.
Oh no, but I'll be back.
No, wait a minute. Oh no, because then you'll be listening to us with the earbud.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Now, are we intimidating to people? Why would this Lena Collin come on and then not show herself and leave? I mean, is she nervous?
She's nervous.
Nervous around you.
We don't bite.
She's nervous.
Nervous, as they say in Brooklyn. She's nervous.
She's nervous.
Hey, what's the deal, man? Hey, what's the deal?
What's the deal? What's the dough?
I tell you,
what's
immunity.
The deal?
I demand immunity. Immunity.
He's not. They're not giving him immunity, are they? They can't be.
No, the Chihuahua's barking.
Oh no, that's not a Chihuahua, but that's another dog. That's just
it's too deep of a bark.
Yeah, that's
the belching.
another
Excuse
dog
me.
that's having some kind of issue. This is happening everywhere. But
yeah, that Ace apple cider looked very refreshing.
Cider.
It is. I'm on my second 6.9. I'm feeling rather refreshed.
You're drinking two 6.9s?
Yes. I drink two 9.0s before and feel real good at the beer.
Yeah.
I had an edible last night, but it wasn't a very strong one.
Not edibles can be strong. Sometimes they're not. I haven't
The
had any
stronger
edibles
ones
this
make you
weekend.
really high. The least strong ones make you just kind of giddy.
Do you
Yeah.
get it?
Well, I
That's
think even
giddy, right?
indica is probably the best way to go.
Giddy, more giddy than an elf on Christmas Eve.
You know, the apple cider, the Ace products are very. I've had them. They are very refreshing.
Yeah, I turned you on to those. I got the
Now,
hoisin sauce finally, eh? Took a while.
oh, the hoisin
Hoisin,
sauce.
I got chicken breasts in the freezer. I'm gonna marinate them in that next time I get something going with chicken.
I told Mick about the Chinese hoisin.
You know what I
sauce.
can't find is toasted sesame oil. I used to find it easily. I can't find it anywhere.
I used to.
They're
You
kind
know
of like
what I
olive oil.
buy? Yes, like extra virgin olive
Well,
oil.
toasted
Yeah.
sesame oil is good to
You know what
cook
I
a
would
chicken
buy?
breast in.
Kadoya imported from Japan, dark sesame oil, Kadoya brand.
Where do you buy
And
that at?
well, you would have to go to the Asian section of a
Or
market,
there's an Asian market I can go to. Yeah.
or you can go to an Asian market, and look for the Japanese section, and it's dark.
Well, Asian markets are mostly Japanese here.
Yeah, it's dark sesame oil, and the best soy sauce is called tamari.
Well, I need the less sodium. I use the what is that called?
Kikkoman?
No, I use something else. It's a substitute. It's called I can't remember the name. Hold on, I gotta go upstairs and look at it.
It's not Kikkoman.
No, it's like a substitute for soy sauce because it's less sodium in it.
Sodium. My sister has to use low sodium soy sauce.
I don't
too.
have to, but I know it's smarter. You know.
Well, she's on blood pressure.
So am I.
medications.
It's called liquid aminos.
Oh, that's not so. That's Bragg's liquid aminos. That's not.
Yeah, it's a substitute for soy sauce.
Did you guys know that Donald Trump defeated Nikki Haley by at least 15 points?
Oh yeah, that's Nikki Haley doesn't have stand a chance in hell. I don't know why
in her home state.
Why is she still campaigning? What's the point of it?
Yeah, not doing herself any favors.
Oh, that's what Tommy Carroll was talking about. Was the Nikki Haley
crush those cans?
Primary between Trump.
Even her home state, Nikki Haley lost even her home state, and even
well, that's
because
she's not a real politician. She's a wannabe.
She's
I never heard of her before this election.
She sounds scatterbrained when she talks.
Well, she certainly doesn't know history. We know that already. The Civil War, any of that.
She was saying the Civil War is over, preventing government control of our lives. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, that's not right.
That's like a talking point, a Republican talking point bullshit. It's like when Ronald Reagan used to shake his head and go, "Tax and spend, liberals, tax and spend." Trickle down,
dickle down.
Liberals can be surprisingly conservative. Democrats can be surprisingly fiscally conservative.
Well, the Democrats have set themselves up very well, according to my Republican friend. He said that all they do is step back and let certain things happen, and it goes in their favor. He's very concerned. What is his favorite commute? To walk through dog shit, or what was that again?
Walking through dog shit.
Yeah, that's my least favorite commute.
Well, they have a lot of signs here that say, "Pick up after your pooch."
And they don't pick up like they should.
No, they pick up because they got
a ticket. Yeah.
The cops patrol the streets often, and there's cameras, and what's the cop that goes up and down giving out tickets? Traffic control cop?
Yeah, that's a traffic
cop.
Yeah, they just love writing them dog tickets.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Well, they don't.
Well,
My area, people pick it up, but they leave it on the ground. So people will get a bag, but then they'll leave the bag on the ground, or they'll litter the ground with a face mask or something like that, then proceed to
So
lecture me about manners. But
they'll do what like I would do: take a plastic bag, stick your hand in the bag, grab the poop, turn it inside out, and then tie it. And instead of carrying the bag and putting it in the somewhere, they'll just leave it. They'll leave the bag of shit on the ground.
why would you? So the animal has already putrefied the sidewalk
Defecated.
with its griminess, and now you're gonna put everything in a bag, but then leave it there. If you're using a bag, it's only customary for you to then put the bag where it belongs.
Well, it's plastic coated turd.
Yeah.
Fecal matter, steaming fecal matter.
What's this phenomenon of people picking up after their pets, but then leaving it in a bag on
That
the
doesn't
ground?
make sense. That's like taking a diaper and throwing it on the floor.
Right?
You know what it comes down to? These people want to have pets, but they don't want to take the responsibility for proper care and looking after it. It's like
That's a living thing.
they want society to do it for them. Meanwhile, it's not our responsibility.
Just
We're having some technical issues. Have you guys noticed?
I guess I didn't knock on wood hard enough.
Yeah. What if you got wood hard enough? What?
No, I
know,
was
I'm
knocking on
kidding.
wood that everything was wonderful with your new.
Well, it said something about the restream was having a problem, not me.
Well, I didn't get any.
It said
warning.
reconnecting, and now I'm shuffled. I'm at the end now.
Yeah.
Well, your audio and video are perfect.
Thank you.
iPad is a little tough.
Why? Thank you, James.
I didn't say if I would have
damn.
said if I would have said it's marvelous or fabulous, then that would sound gay.
Donald
look
Trump has now
marvelous.
defeated Nikki Haley in South Carolina by 20
Yeah, that's
points.
old news. We know he's going to win all the primaries, but we got to pray he does not win any general election because he is evil.
He doesn't really have any Republican competition anymore when you think about it.
Trump wins by 20% in South Carolina.
Doesn't mean a thing to me. Nikki Haley was never going to win ever.
How come justice is moving so slowly on Donald Trump?
I don't know.
I know
but I mean, you need to attack him politically on he doesn't have any answers for the border.
Cases
or
take years
anything.
to process usually.
You got to talk about his complacentness with COVID, how he let it all in the country.
What happened with the treason and what happened with January 6th? What happened to all
He's
this?
been trying to get those delayed to where they're like dismissed, and it's not going to happen.
So his lawyers keep on doing it.
Under his direction. His pack of lawyers.
They were trying to do that, yeah.
That get fired and hired faster than shit through a goose. He's on his 100th lawyer by now. His lawyers have been found guilty of perjury and other shit, haven't they? Lawyers have been fined and stuff. Being Donald Trump lawyer is like being a kamikaze pilot. Look at Giuliani; his life's ruined. I mean, he deserves it, but
it's taken so long for Trump's life to get ruined.
Rudy Giuliani was supposed to be a rising star in the Republican Party. He lost the presidency once, or I think a couple times, but he could have been president at one point.
I don't remember him ever running for president.
He ran.
He tried. He tried running for governor.
He was never the candidate. Yeah, the Donald. When you say when is the Donald going to fall, he insulates them with a bunch of fall guys and dummies, like Giuliani, like any lawyer he has. Like, remember what was that? Michael Cohen. He had him. Yeah. He
threw him under the bus.
he
and
puts
then,
any number of them in front of him to take the fall, and that's why he hasn't been, in trouble. And the problem is, in my heart of hearts, I don't think he's gonna get in trouble, even though he should. Because it seems like they're wielding a wet sword towards him or something. And treason's treason. I don't know why they can't cut to the chase. And
they're not playing. They're not really playing hardball.
why isn't he in jail for treason? He should have been arrested right after January 6th, and he should have been in jail since then. Oh, I gotta tell somebody I'm live streaming. Hold on a second. Okay,
It's cool somebody's calling you.
He'll throw his kids under the bus if he had.
Everybody but Trump.
Hey, nerd, I'm live streaming, okay?
Everything revolves around Trump.
Hold on a second, guys. I gotta take this call for a second. What's that, Sarah?
But amazing to me how Trump keeps
How
getting
did it
away
go?
with stuff, and more and more people vote for him. Why are people voting for him?
Why are Americans in their right mind supporting this guy?
Yeah, it just this
in the right mind.
After
I'm
what
back.
happened last time.
Sorry about
I
that,
know.
guys.
It's like, huh?
Oh, jeez.
Did the person call you like cut to the chase?
Yeah, and I
give
just
you
got rid of him.
they gave you the message.
And the message is love.
What is that? Love people all over the world.
I was thinking of the Love Boat, exciting and new. The Love Boat, exciting and new. I don't want to copyright anything. I'll shut up.
Exciting and new.
You'll meet
Come
someone
aboard.
exciting and new on the Love Boat. I hate
Now,
to
you
tell
see,
you, if they
now-
made the Love Boat now, they'd have a lot of same-sex people on it.
Oh, Love Train. That was people all over the world. Love Train. Okay.
Any classic song would not make it today. That's for
All
sure.
right.
I'm talking about
Hold
a
on.
TV show. The Love Boat would have a lot of same-sex couples.
Anything would not.
gotta
Any
do it
TV
properly
show either.
James, don't you think if they remade it, they'd put a lot of Steubings would probably be a gay man or something?
Yeah, everything.
woke.
All shows today are gay. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, and every show has a black man with a white woman. They act like it's like 100% happening. It's not. It's
You
not
know-
that big.
Do you know that if you went to Pornhub and you clicked on interracial, 99.9% of the videos today
Is a black man?
are black man, white woman.
No thanks. I mean, teach
Isn't
his
that-
own. That's their business. But I don't want to.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that.
It used to be a black woman and a white man.
It used to be a blend.
Yeah.
An even blend. All right, hold on.
Well, I'm catching a buzz off 2 6.9s.
The lyrics to the Love Boat song.
Exciting and new for you.
Hold on, I gotta do this properly. I gotta do everything properly.
How do you shuffle the people? I was on the middle, not the end.
All right.
Love
Pitch fight.
Boat.
Love Boat, love exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you. Love, life's sweetest reward. Let it flow. It floats back to you. The Love Boat. Soon we'll be making another run. The Love Boat.
What are the lyrics to
Promise-
Fantasy Island? Is there any lyrics to that?
Let me finish. Promise is something for everyone. Set the course for adventure. Your mind on a new romance. Ooh.
I'd rather be on the minnow because you got Ginger and Marianne.
Love won't hurt anymore. It's an open smile on a friendly shore. The Love Boat. Soon we'll be making another run. The love boat promises something for everyone.
Everyone.
Set a course for adventure, your mind on a new romance. Love won't hurt anymore. It's an open smile on a friendly shore. It's love, it's love, it's love. It's the love boat. Ah, it's the love boat. That's all right.
Exciting and new for you.
The only thing I remember about Fantasy Island.
It would be called now the STD boat. Exciting and new for you. Catch
You
a
think
new
they have?
STD for you.
You think they have a lot of crab repellent, crab lice repellent?
Yeah,
on the local?
HPV, HIV,
XYZ.
yes,
EI.
herpes, simplex 1, 2, and 3. Is there any?
How come so many simplexes? Why can't number 1 be simplex and number 2 be?
What was that thing? Gonorrhea and her 4 sisters? Pyorrhea, diarrhea.
Pyorrhea. Pyorrhea. Why is gingivitis called gingivitis? There's no ginger involved.
I don't know, and I don't want to know.
That's bleeding. That's bleeding gums.
Yes, I had bleeding gums the other day because I had injured my gums. I do not have gingivitis anymore. I floss every day.
You know what I got to do?
What you got to do?
Being that they don't make, even Johnson & Johnson does not make real wax dental floss like they used to. Now it's like thinner than thread.
It's like thinner than fishing line.
Right, monofilament, and it used to be thicker.
You can get the ribbon stuff. That's bigger.
Well, it used to have a nice coating of wax.
Yeah.
And it was bigger, so when you get in there, you really feel clean. But you know what I got to get now? Because I have no choice. I have to order plackers. Have you ever tried them?
Oh, those little brush things with the.
Well, it's a plastic thing with a floor.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good.
And it really goes in and out.
You should get a double one with a double wire. That's even better. Have you ever tried?
I never saw that.
Yeah, double wire. It's got 2 in there.
I saw I tried the Easy Slide placards. It comes in.
Hey, you could put his picture off for a little bit. He's not even on, so you just minimize it or something. Because he's gone from the photo.
He's somewhere.
So can't you minimize him and then when he comes on, it'll come back on?
Yeah, when I see his face, I'll bring him back in.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so placards, it comes in. You get a decent amount of them in the back.
And the other end's got a pick on it to pick stuff out of your teeth.
Right.
Yeah.
It kind of hurts because.
Well, you got to be careful with that. It worked. You know, my ex used to get those all the time. She had bags of them.
I just used the Easy Glide placards, and I was happy with them. It was very convenient.
Try the one with the double. The double, you'll like it. Hey, welcome back, Jack.
Thanks. What happened?
Welcome back, Jack.
What happened?
Do it again. We'll go round and round.
You did background?
No, I did. I sang the Love Boat.
Exciting and new for you.
Yeah, it was a long one too. It was, yeah. Exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you. The Love Boat.
So Ronnie S didn't come on because he's tired.
Now he's a stubborn guy. I told him, if you're really that sleepy and you're typing commentary and you're probably lying down, if you're lying down, let's say he's lying down on his bed and he wants to just type commentary, why doesn't he just lie down and come on the show and talk. Why? His wife would feel neglected, you know?
There's a Whitesnake song. It says, "Lie down, I think I love you."
You mean? I think I'm in lust with
Lie
you. That's
down,
what
I think I love you.
Oh, are you still in the man cave?
Yes.
I like it. You have knotty pine walls.
It's panel, but it's still cool.
Is it like a fake wood tone,
It's
or is it
wood,
real?
but it's panel. It's actual
Oh,
wood.
I like wood grain. I
Yeah,
like the
it's
look of
nice.
natural. Oh, look at that. Natural wood grain.
And I got
man.
my cars and everything and all my stuff.
You got your collectibles.
Kind of fast. I got my liquor cabinet, which is just a shelf I put all my liquor on. Mini
You know what?
fridge.
You know what action figures I've been seeing on the internet, on Facebook. I've been seeing like old classic horror movie action figures.
Cool. I have
Like
enough action figures to last me a lifetime. I've got Game of Thrones. I've got what was that biker thing with on FX? I got that. I got too many things.
I hope you didn't take them out of the box.
I didn't.
All right, so you're a smart investor.
Thank you.
You're a smart
The
cookie.
cars, though, I took out of the box, and you can't take those out. The die-cast cars can't be taken out of the box and put back in.
So it doesn't affect their worth.
No, because they're screwed in. And what was the name of that biker show? Oh, Sons of Anarchy. I have those. I also have stuff from Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I have some
We're
action
talking
figures
about, the investment value of action figures.
Yeah, I also have a bunch of Star Wars, but those are out of the box. Those are the little ones, little plastic ones. I have tons of those. I have a whole box of them.
I have action. The only action figures I have. It's not in a box, but I have the action figure of the black and white man from Star Trek, played by Frank Gorshin.
Nice.
And I have.
That's cool.
I have a pro wrestler, Ox Baker, signed by Ox Baker. I have Spock, but I left them in the plastic bag. I didn't take it out. Mr. Spock, a miniature.
Spock's
Mr.
awesome.
Spock. I
Spock's
got
cool.
more than one of them. Yeah, he's you know, I tried. I was thinking of getting a 3-dimensional chess set, like Spock plays on Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
And I read the rules, and I said, you know what? It's challenging enough to play regular chess. This totally scrambled my brain.
Oh, I play chess on my phone all the time, and I always win. I play on the same level. That's why.
No, I'm a good chess player, but 3-dimensional chess, I said, screw this.
What do you do with 3-dimensional chess?
Oh my God, the rules are like, just take the rules of a regular chess game and multiply it like a few times over.
Wow.
Like it's like a whole. Oh,
it's a
there's
thing.
So many. There's so many other rules for moving the pieces. It's like it's unbelievably complex. You have to be a fucking like mathematical genius.
Wow.
Really, seriously, it's not for the neophyte, the average person.
Chess takes a lot of practice.
Hey, do you remember the big craze when they first came out of the 3D printers? You don't hear about those much anymore. 3D printer, 3D printers. Remember? That was a big deal.
Yeah, they're supposedly making organs with printers.
I thought it was guns, plastic guns.
3D printers. I don't.
I mean,
hear
you don't
about
hear
that.
when they first came out. It was a big deal, and then you haven't heard anything since. I don't get that.
Huh.
So I'm laying off the booze for now. After 2 of those 6.9s, I'm feeling pretty good.
I told you 2 is sufficient.
Yes, it is. I know.
2. Now, could you imagine if you had 2 of the 8.9 whatever
9.0 beers? You have 2 of those, you're feeling real loopy.
Yeah, you'll be loopy.
I got
man.
have those here. I like to have just two. You get a nice buzz on, and you're done for the night. You're not drinking too much.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll get like a massive headache.
Hangover and all that. Yeah.
Now the edibles you have, are they prescription edibles or over the counter
Over the
edibles?
counter. I didn't know.
What's the
I didn't know they had prescription ones.
Well, how much does a top of the line, a box of top of the line THC CBD edibles go for?
Like 25, 30 bucks.
And how many edibles does
10
it
to
come?
15, I think, sometimes 20.
And how long does one edible last you?
An evening. I usually take edibles Friday evening if I'm not going anywhere. Take one edible.
Okay.
Like tonight, I want these new sleep edibles. You're supposed to take half hour of sleep called knockout ones. They do give you a hangover. I might take one of those tonight for fun and giggles.
Well, like if I wanted to try, well, first of all, I would have to find out if they're compatible with the medication I'm already taking.
Oh, you mean for I take high blood pressure medicine. You had to take more for the other stuff, right?
Well, I don't have hypertension, but I'm saying I would have to. It's always wise to see if the edible, the CBD and the THC is compatible with prescription medication.
Yeah, I didn't check with mine. I thought pretty much it was for me. I'm on just high blood pressure medicine.
But it helps you. It works. It works. And yours has both, right? THC and CBD.
Yeah, I believe so.
And Michael, yours is the same way?
Yeah.
Has both. Okay. He's tired. Last week his sister was over. Ronnie's got 1,000,001 excuses.
Wow, and he's younger than us, isn't he?
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, well, the good thing is his condo complex has a in-ground pool.
Nice.
But it's not so nice if the in-ground pool is crowded with a bunch of kids jumping in and out,
And pissing in the pool. Yeah, you
urinating in the pool.
James,
No
you got
thanks.
a pool in your building?
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't. But you know, the
Okay.
the $3 million houses
Hold on.
across the street.
Ronnie S does. That's who we're talking about.
No, not me. I wish.
Ronnie S.
Ronnie S has one, yeah. And he, there's no like tiki bar down there or cabana boy serving them, but you know he could bring a cooler of refreshments and snacks if he wishes. You know, I mean that's what I would do, but I don't think. I've been to Florida many times, and let me tell you, I hate that. I hate humidity.
Yeah, I do too. I have it here.
I'm not a fan of humidity. You know, we got it up here, and you got it in Chicago, but Florida's got it worse.
Yes, they do.
You know, and
You get messages while you're on this? Or you're not using your phone, right? You're using your desktop?
I'm on a desktop with the cable
Oh,
connection.
so you can get text messages then.
Oh, I got messages galore.
Gotcha.
Galore. Galore.
James, what'd you have for dinner again? What was it?
Oh, I had a big ass El Pastor pork burrito.
Do you like pork
yeah,
burritos?
you said the burrito.
I usually get carne burritos. You like the El Pastor ones?
Well, this is he had the carnitas, and I said, which one is spicier, the carnitas or the El Pastor? And he said the El Pastor is spicier. So I says, well, that's what I want.
Would you put salsa or hot sauce on it when you're eating it?
I gently open up the end of the burrito and I pour the hottest hot sauce they have in the Mexican. It's a Mexican takeout.
Yes.
and I pour it right in there. And the
That's good.
sour cream I just saved for my next baked potato.
Okay, I had a bowl of chili
Cool.
from Costco, and I put hot jalapenos in it and cheese and stir it up, and I had a good meal, really good.
Try
Yeah.
if you're going to eat a good chili with beef and bean.
Yeah,
Try putting a heaping tablespoon or two of sour cream
I
on your
do,
chili.
bro.
Sour
Oh,
cream
Oh
is
yeah, and I stir it in,
Smile.
and I put in extra cheese, and I put jalapenos in there, and I put those oyster crackers. That shit's good. It was from
Oyster
Costco's kitchen. You know, they made it there and packaged it. It's like a fresh chili. It's not canned. It's
kitchen.
really good.
Yeah, and Michael, do you ever try sour cream on your chili?
I have not had chili in a long time, but would agree that sour cream is a must. So,
Are you? I'm just joining you. Oh, you're looking at the planetarium.
Nice, nice.
When the moon. I should get the lyrics up on
what?
The Age of Aquarius.
That's
But
yeah. It's nice. It replaces the electricity. So
lyrics to the Age of Aquarius.
It's the
Hold on,
dawning
sorry,
of
my
the
throat is
age of
crapping out.
Aquarius. I met someone online and she was an Aquarius, and I said goodbye to her. I don't match with Aquarians. Oh, Mike's gone again.
I don't match with women. Usually career women I buck heads
Well,
with.
she was an Aquarius and she lived out of state, Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin.
Pleasant Prairie?
Yes.
There's no prairie land in Wisconsin.
Yeah, there is. It's hilly. I didn't say pheasant. I didn't say peasant prairie. I said pleasant.
Pleasant prairie, a pheasant under grass.
No, I didn't say peasant prairie. Peasant.
No, I said prairie. A prairie.
Yeah, so Pleasant Prairie.
Prairie. I'm thinking of plains.
That's over the border of Wisconsin. She was a very attractive black woman, 59. She was really good looking, but I can't go out with Aquarians. I did before. Aquarians think they're water signs. They're not.
No, they're
No,
not.
they're not.
Air.
Yeah. I only date at this point in my life. I'm only going to date earth and water signs. I know what I match with. I don't care who tells me. People say I don't do that. Congratulations. Do what you want. I'll do what I want. You do what you want.
Earth, wind, fire.
Yeah.
Earth, wind,
I
fire.
don't match like so. I met a Leo. I said Leo's a fire sign. I'm a water sign. No thanks. You know. Oh, Mike's having some allergy issues. It sounds like.
I have allergies.
Yeah, I do too. I have indoor allergies.
I blow more than a bugle every day.
Oh, wait a minute. I could make a bad joke, but I won't. Who'd you blow?
No, I mean blow my nose.
I know. I'm being facetious and didactic. So Vince McMahon might be taking some tools on, eh?
Not blowing.
What is that? Your edible?
Trader Joe's Exo Snacks.
Exo Sex? What?
Snacks.
Sorry, James. What'd you get?
Oh, it's a Trader Joe snack. It's a bunch of Valentine hearts.
Trader Joe. Yep. No. It's a
gummy. It's a gummy.
Yeah.
Meaning it's like a THC gummy? Is that
No, it's a regular gummy.
Oh, it's a regular gummy? Okay.
You get caught. You better brush your teeth good.
Floss after that later on tonight before you go to bed. Keep your teeth in good health. It'll help the rest of your body.
You know what? There's nothing, no matter how old you are, there's nothing like a great smile.
And I never have had a root canal, so yeah, I'm very fortunate.
No, I had a bunch of those, but
sorry to hear that, brother. But you still have your chompers. You don't have a bunch of empty spots where teeth used to be.
No, you know what I do? I brush now because years ago the dental hygienist says, "Oh, you gave me some job. You got a lot of tartar in the back of your teeth that I got to scrape." I says, "Tartar? You mean I don't eat that many fish sandwiches? You mean
Tartar.
You mean tartar sauce?" No. She says that black stuff. Oh, all right. So ever since then, I start brushing the back of my teeth also.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I had an incident where my gums were bleeding, and it wasn't from gingivitis. It was from I think I injured my gums eating something, and
Ginger grant.
so I started brushing my teeth with what you call it, like the soft brush.
Yeah.
And hey, Mike, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just
Cool.
watching
You just
something.
look a little bit, a little
No,
mesmerized.
he's mesmerized. He's meditating from the
Nice,
planetarium.
mesmerized. Excellent.
He's mesmerized. Mike, you should try. I've been using it. The Trader Joe's peppermint baking soda toothpaste, and I want to try the Trader Joe's shaving gel. They look like they have a really
I
nice
use
shaving
Young Living
That sounds good.
products myself with essential oils in them. I use a toothpaste without fluorine, essential oils.
That'll-
Quite good.
Oh, that's like Tom's of Maine.
Trader
Sounds good.
Joe's is even better than Tom's of Maine.
Really? And what is it called again?
Young
Essential-
Living, Young Living.
Young Living.
Yeah, it's really good. It's expensive, but it's worth it. I'm worth it.
That's kind of like Tom's toothpaste.
Sound like that shampoo commercial.
I'm worth it. God damn it.
Beautiful, but I'm worth it.
Tom's toothpaste is really good.
Tom sold, you know that, right? To Procter and Gamble.
No, really?
Yeah, he retired. He was older. You know who's not really any good is that Burt's Bees stuff is not good. They commercialized it. And
I heard it was total bullshit. Burt's Bees.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
They're expensive.
Yes, sir.
That's the guy with the big beard with a beehive inside of
He's
his.
deceased. He died of old age.
How the hell I thought he was a health nut. What the hell?
He sold. He died of old age.
Burt's Bees.
Yeah, he's gone. Bert's gone.
What about not Tom and Jerry? What the fuck is it? The ice cream guys from
Ben and
Vermont.
Jerry's. One of them had a heart attack from eating too much ice cream.
Deceased.
He's dead. One of them died.
Yeah.
I guess he tasted way too many of his own product. I guess.
Yeah, he did
I
actually.
think Jerry.
You know what did him in? Probably the sugar. They got too many.
I thought it was the fat actually. The fat. I think he had a heart episode.
The sugar.
The fat. There's a lot of fat in ice cream.
Yeah, but sugar contributes to heart disease way more than dietary fat and cholesterol.
You don't
Oh,
eat ice cream every single day.
I thought fat contributed to heart disease more than sugar. Sugar is for diabetes, and
No,
fat's for the
sugar-
heart.
Sugar is
Sugar.
oxidation of LDL cholesterol is what causes the lesion in your artery.
My good friend, he's 70 years old. Rich, he had to have a triple bypass, and he's doing okay. I got a text from his daughter, and he had to have the balloon. They took the balloon out, and they're getting him off the oxygen tube. So hopefully he's going to be okay. He's 70.
Angioplasty.
Yeah, triple bypass. He said actually.
You know,
which is bigger deal than the
You
angioplasty.
got to take MK7, vitamin K2, and what that does, along with the D3, what that does is that takes all the calcium out of the blood and puts it in your bones where it belongs. And
Because you get calcification on the arteries.
otherwise, you get calcification, and it becomes part of the plaque.
Are you taking that?
Yeah, I guess, sir.
Oh, I got to talk to you
It's good.
off the air then, because I want to take that too.
I take. I'll show you the product I'm taking from Amazon. I'm taking one with MK7 combined with vitamin D3.
Nice.
And
What is the one vitamin that too much of it can cause cancer? Is that vitamin E?
Nah, you know what that is the synthetic beta carotene.
Oh, that can cause cancer?
Never get anything that just says beta carotene on the bottle because
Okay.
it's not natural. beta carotene from vegetables and carrots and green. It's synthetic beta carotene.
That's what's been causing the cancer.
And just like synthetic vitamin E, I never take. I take natural vitamin E.
Gotcha.
Not DL, D alpha tocopherol with an OL at the end.
I used to use CoQ enzyme A, and then they stopped making it.
No, I take coenzyme Q10.
But I took A. A was supposed to be even more antioxidants,
Well,
and they don't make it any.
Coenzyme Q10 is a very powerful antioxidant, but the reason why I take it primarily is because if you're taking statin drugs for high cholesterol, like Lipitor, it depletes coenzyme Q10 in the body.
That's not good.
So you
Cholesterol is
have
not really good for you.
Certain cholesterols are good for you, actually.
No.
Not all are bad.
HDL is the good cholesterol. LDL is the bad cholesterol. So when your LDL is very high, doctors are in the habit of prescribing a statin drug like Crestor, Lipitor, or whatever. So you have to take CoQ10 because it depletes.
So James, you never heard of coenzyme A?
CoQ10. Oh yeah.
A? No, I never heard of the A.
You should check it out. It was a good one.
Ubiquinone is the scientific name for coenzyme Q10, and it's very important for your brain. There's a lot of CoQ10 in the brain, and it's great for cardiovascular health.
I went on a nice bike ride the other day when it was 63. That was good for my
That's
cardiovascular too.
Temperature for bicycles.
And then it was like snowing yesterday, so it's like psycho weather.
Might be back in a while, but if don't see it, see you next time.
When the moon is in the seventh house, and oh well.
Well, he was in his zone. He was a bit hungry, so it's earlier there in California.
The way he was munching, the way
He
his
needs some
jaw was
dinner.
going, he was getting hungry.
Yeah, it's dinner time in Cali, right?
It's 3 hours earlier than us.
Yeah.
2
So
hours.
right now it's 10, so it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, I had my dinner. I had a nice big bowl of chili.
Yeah.
That chili does the Philly. Chili Philly me.
Chili Philly you. Now, when I get off here, I'm gonna make the only thing I really have. I'm gonna make a mackerel salad sandwich. Instead of tuna salad, I use the 1 pound
Mackerel.
can of mackerel.
Okay.
Because number one, it's a lot cheaper and bigger than tuna. Number two, it blows away tuna and salmon and all the other fish in omega-3 fatty acids, which are very good for you. So
Nice.
Mackerel is very high in omega-3. It tastes just like a tuna salad.
I hate tuna myself personally for some reason. I always have.
Well, you know what I do. I put three heaping tablespoons of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I peel a few stalks of celery and I grind them in the Ninja processor.
Nice.
And the onions and the garlic and the I've been using this seasoning that is chili and mixed with lime.
You ever tried Old Bay?
Too much sodium in it.
Is there?
The first ingredient is salt.
Oh, I use Old Bay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
For some reason.
Old Bay.
It's good on fish and other stuff.
Well, when my aunt and uncle were alive from Maryland, they used to steam the crabs with a lot of Old Bay on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, salt is like down further on the ingredients. It's not predominant. It's chili powder with crystallized lime. Because, I always like to put citrus with
Ingredients: celery salt, celery seed, spices including black pepper and red pepper and paprika.
Oh, they changed the formulation. Good for them.
Well, I mean, celery salt is still salt.
Yeah, I don't know. what percentage.
Sodium,
is,
140 milligrams. That's not bad. 140, because most of the frozen stuff's like 900. You know?
oh, yeah, you gotta really, yeah, because frozen foods are loaded with sodium.
Yeah, you got to look for ones that are lower.
Yeah, like if you go like not to keep on saying the word Trader Joe, but they really have outstanding frozen dinners.
Yeah, I those frozen dinners I got from Felicia's are better than Trader Joe's.
Do they have I used to get the family size beef lasagna from Trader Joe's. Do they have like an equivalent of that?
I didn't like their lasagna. It didn't have enough red sauce in it, but I did get the peppers and sausage. Remember,
Yeah.
I got like a few meals out of that. That was really good. I also have some beef enchiladas, and I bought a few good things from them when they had their sale.
So what happened? What happened? The lasagna was kind of dry.
It didn't have enough red sauce on it for me. I like a lot of red sauce on my lasagna.
Yeah, well, that's what my sister does when she puts a lot of everything. Actually.
Wow, sounds delicious. Your sister-in-law, you said?
No, my sister.
Okay,
my
I thought you said in-law for some reason.
No, my sister.
Your one and only.
Well, yeah. Well, being that there's work involved, she does it only on the holidays, and
I'm sure
she'll use the roaster pan that they usually put a turkey in.
Nice.
And she'll make a lasagna in that. And you know what I did? Just for the hell of it, I got a container of whole milk ricotta cheese, and I put it in my I mixed it with eggs to see how it would taste.
Yeah.
Melted with scrambled eggs, and it was pretty fucking good. It was good.
Ricotta cheese.
Ricotta cheese, yeah, like just to change off from always using Mexican cheese. I figured let me try it. Ricotta cheese has a nice flavor. That's the staple for a lot of Italian food. Stuffed shells, manicotti.
Let's not talk about food all night. I'll get hungry, and I'm not even hungry.
All right. So it's a thought for the future.
Yes, sir.
Peter.
But more talk of food leads to more hunger that you don't even have. I'm just saying, I already ate my dinner. I don't eat after 7.
Okay. It'll be too tempting.
Yeah, so.
Oh, and the moon.
So I'm going on 3 months at my job now. In March, it'll be 3 months, middle of March.
Are they bugging you less?
Oh, they don't bug me at all, except for that one phone meeting where they wanted me to do twice as much work, but they don't have the resources for it. Their records are horrible. I did get pursued by someone that's further away from me, a medical company, and they wanted you to come in the office twice a week, but then they were going to make it to 3 times a week. And I said, and they wanted me to interview during my work hours. And I'm like, what? They only take 2 different 45-minute interviews while I'm working. And I'm like, why not?
How far do you have to commute to twice a week?
It's far. It says half hour on the internet, but that's without rush hour. So it'd be 45 minutes to an hour each way, I think. Plus you have a boss breathing down your neck. When you work from home, they're not bugging you at all. Just work. If you just work, even for $5,000 more, I said, when they wouldn't accommodate my interview after hours, I just decided I wasn't interested in anymore.
You know what? You got to have a balance. It's not all about salary.
And it's not all about driving a couple hours a day. That's a waste of time. I won't go ahead. Anything over half hour is a waste of your time. Half-hour drive.
Commute. You got to consider commute,
gas,
stress, the cost. Well, the cost of commute.
Yes.
Which is gas,
insurance, the risk of accidents because you're driving more,
and so it's not all about salary.
No,
it's like would I want to be the executive director for a company with people higher up constantly like breathing down my neck and threatening me
Yeah,
and
I
all
don't
that.
like that. I've been threatened, and you know what? You don't get much from someone you threaten. They're not going to want to perform for you.
Yeah. You know who threatens a lot? The management that work for UPS. They get threatened all the time.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
UPS was slave driving people in that warehouse. Yeah, they were
they're
busting people's asses in there. You have to work in that warehouse like a slave, from what I heard.
and they yell at people that
Yeah,
load, people that unload the trucks. They
I would
scream at
never
them.
work for UPS.
It's just not worth it. It's
No.
like I think every shift is, they're all part-time shifts. So the people that load and unload, they work one shift is 4 hours, but they get like full-time medical benefits. But you know what? The pay for the 4 hours, I'm surprised that the Teamsters Union agreed to settle for that kind of chump
Yeah,
change.
they drive them hard at UPS.
It's not worth it. It's just and I'm sure the turnover rate is high.
I would never
And
work for them. They would run you into the ground.
that's why they have a bunch of ex-cons working
I
there.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I used to work. I worked a temp job for a long time in revenue recovery. I was sent there by the Adecco agency.
Was that where you have to call people and try to get money from them? Revenue?
No, I had to monitor the computers.
Oh, to make sure they weren't ripping people off.
Well, to make sure that the unloaders were putting the packages on the conveyor belt properly, so the laser scanner would scan the barcodes.
Yes.
And it registers on the computer. So anyway, yeah, no, I didn't do anything else, but it's a horrible environment.
Really?
Environmental. It's noisy. It's
Not
dirty.
happy people either, right?
Oh, they're miserable. I mean, they try to make the best of it. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of them, they got to like me, and they were very friendly, and we'd be joking
Had a
around
good
a lot.
rapport with them.
Had a good rapport with the unloaders and a lot of them I had a very good rapport with them. But the people, the management there,
Evil,
you
right?
know, they're evil. And you know what?
They don't care about human condition or people.
No, I'm sure they told me they were under a lot of pressure to get threatened all the time. You know what? Fuck that. Fuck that.
That's not a good way to be.
And people were telling me, well, I'm going to FedEx because FedEx is a lot nicer to work for. But who knows? That was then.
Exactly.
It was it was like close to being a sweatshop, I guess.
Hey, so to change the subject for a minute, there's no football anymore. So there's not much to do on Sunday until the weather gets nice. But there's some school of thoughts that feel that Super Bowl was fixed when the extra point was missed, when the guy did a low trajectory for an extra point that's only 30 yards away. That was very suspect. And they would have won the game if they had that extra point.
You mean San Francisco?
Yes. Who does a low trajectory for an extra point? No one does.
You know how many people were very unhappy with that game? A lot.
It was a shitty game, by the way. It was one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever seen. Fumbles in the first half and like the first drive, San Francisco fumbles. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I wonder if there was some underhanded plans in that.
Well, the NFL loves to have a New England Patriots Tom Brady type team, and they've got it with the Chiefs. So the Chiefs are the new Patriots.
So they like dynasties.
Yeah, they want dynasties. They want a guy that's replaced Tom Brady. And I heard Belichick went to college. That's pretty bad for him, by the way. He'll never beat the NFL wins record of I don't know if it's Shula or Papa Bear. It's he's not. I can't believe no one. You know what? Because no one wanted to give him full control. He wanted full control of personnel and of coaching.
Don Shula went from, I believe, the Baltimore Colts to the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, and he had that undefeated season that the Bears The Bears could have had it. They didn't take that Dolphins game serious enough.
Yeah, and yeah, too bad for the Lions that they.
Well, they're knocking on the door. Maybe they'll be back next year. But the Niners were a better team than the Chiefs, and the Chiefs keep winning. It's. I'm just saying that game was highly suspect.
Well, look at how many dynasties there were. There were like a lot of dynasties in football.
How about that horrible shooting at the Kansas City rally? That was sad. A local DJ woman got killed. She didn't harm anyone. She didn't deserve that. Stray bullet hit her, I guess.
Jeez.
She was like a known personality. Heard some actor from Porky's died. I didn't know him by name. There's always, I get this email called Front Page News. I didn't even subscribe to it, but I like it, so I didn't block it. It's always got it's almost like you just have to read the headline and that's enough. You don't have to read the article.
I wonder what the motive is with these people that
shoot at
do
each
this.
other at a rally like that. That's insane. But I do throw up in my mouth a little bit every time I see a Patrick Mahomes commercial. He does like way too fucking many. I heard his brother was in trouble. His dad got a DUI. His black father. He's mixed race. And anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a very disappointing game, and like you said, that kick
very suspect. Maybe Roger Goodell called that one in. Hey, we need the Chiefs to win. Could you just do a low trajectory on that for us? Thank you. I know it's conspiracy theory, but I'm telling you something. Just like when the Buffalo Bills lost 4 Super Bowls in a row, that was highly suspect as well. Do you remember that? In the 90s?
Oh, consecutively?
Yes. Lost every one of them.
And lost to the Giants by a field
And the Giants and the Cowboys and whoever else they gave them to. How could Buffalo go to 4 Super Bowls and lose all 4 of them? I found that very suspect. Just saying.
Something fishy's
Something
going on
fishy
there.
in the NFL.
In the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when back the turn of the century when the White Sox purposely threw the World Series.
Was that ever proven, though, is my question?
They called it the Black Sox scandal.
Was it ever proven, though? Beyond a
Well,
doubt. That's what I wanted.
They mentioned that there was organized crime involved
Payola,
at that time.
yeah.
The betting and
when you had that person trying to get on that we didn't know, it reminds me of, I get texts from people. Remember me? No, I don't, and I block them. Remember me?
The big star was Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah, he should have been in the Hall of Fame. He was quite a pitcher, but that Black Sox scandal.
Shoeless Joe Jackson. And Ty Cobb was with the Tigers.
Who did the Sox lose to in the World Series? I don't remember. I had to look it up. I don't remember.
I'll look it up. Yeah. I wonder if the old Comiskey Park was around at that time, or did that come later?
I honestly don't know, sir.
The old Comiskey. Or did at one time did the White Sox and the Cubs play both at Wrigley Field?
No.
That never happened.
No, sir. I could tell you that the Cardinals played at Wrigley. The football team, the Cardinals. Cardinals were a Chicago team, Chicago Cardinals. And then moved to St. Louis. They played at Wrigley Field.
So before the Bears and before
No, not before the Bears. No, sir. After the Bears, slightly, just a little bit after the Bears.
So Chicago had 2 football teams.
Yeah, Bears were the first football team. The Cardinals were shortly after. They're an old franchise as well. Then they moved to St. Louis. Then they moved to Arizona. How many Cardinals are in Arizona?
There are no Cardinals.
No, it's asinine. Just like Utah Jazz. There's no Jazz in Utah.
There's no Jazz in Utah.
No.
There were the New Orleans Jazz.
Just like the Lakers were in Minnesota, where there's a lot of lakes. There's not that many lakes in California. It's more ocean.
Oh, it was the Minnesota
Yeah,
Lakers.
Lakers, exactly. Tons of lakes
And
in Minnesota.
who was that? Will Chamberlain?
How about the Milwaukee Braves moved to Atlanta? Then
Yeah.
what was the Senators? What team did that turn
No.
into?
The Milwaukee Braves originally were the Boston Braves. National
Oh, and
League.
they moved to Milwaukee?
Yeah, and the tomahawk, the red tomahawk on the
Yeah.
uniform was from the Boston Brave, the
then they
original
moved to Atlanta after that?
and then they moved to Atlanta. So they moved 3 times.
Wow. And then the Brewers came around. That's a dumb name for a team, by the way.
You know why?
Because they're brewing shit up there.
Because they got all the major macro beer companies.
No, it's all the major big ones. Miller and all the fuckers are up there.
Yeah, Miller. That's why the Milwaukee Brewers used the Miller M, the Miller logo. You know, the letter M.
Now, what happened to the Washington Senators? Where did they move to? Montreal?
Nope. The Washington Senators moved to Minneapolis and became the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, I hate the fucking Twins.
Twin Cities.
Yeah, hate the Twins. Hated them.
The Twin Twat.
They had a better coach. They had a better team than the White Sox all the time. The Twins used to beat the White Sox handily.
Well, look at the Twins from back in the 70s. They had Harmon Killebrew.
Rod Carew.
They had Rod Carew, a baseball.
Dave Winfield.
American League champion.
Didn't they have Winfield?
No, Tony Oliva. Dave Winfield, I think, was with the Padres originally. Yeah, they had Tony Oliva, Rod Carew. They had a formidable team. The 70s Red Sox, you know, they had Carl Yastrzemski, Tony Conigliaro, Rico Petrocelli. They, I think Fred Lynn. They had a lot of great players. Detroit had like these big guys: Willie Horton, Gates Brown, Al Kaline. You know, there was teams with their own set of all-stars.
Winfield was on the Twins in the 90s, so much later. You're right. He was on the Padres, the Yankees, the Angels, Blue Jays, and then the Twins, and then the Indians, and then he retired.
Yeah. Now Sheffield, he had big forearms.
He was all over the place.
Gary Sheffield
started on the Mets, didn't he?
What do they call them? Journeyman?
Yeah.
Journeyman, like guys that get traded a lot.
Yeah, he was traded often.
Yeah, now I remember Barry Bonds.
Wasn't he the nephew of
Bobby Bonds.
Hey, wasn't who did you just mention again with the big forearms?
Gary Sheffield.
He was the nephew of who's the pitcher that did all the drugs on was it the Dodgers? You know, the famous black pitcher that did lots of drugs. Or was he on the Mets? Fuck, what was his name?
Oh, Dwight Gooden?
Yes, it's his nephew.
That's his nephew?
Yes.
He was Dwight Gooden was his uncle?
Yes.
No shit.
Yeah. Who was the other guy in that team, the hitter that was a big drug addict? Black man. Mets, I think it was. So that pitcher and him were on the same team, and they were both drug addict, cokeheads.
I remember in 1970s there was the White Sox had a big star, Dick Allen.
Yeah, he was managing. He also managed the team, I think.
And Ed Herman was the catcher.
Yes,
that was a big burly guy. I mean, he was not as big and muscular as like Dave Luzinski of the Phillies, but
you mean Greg Luzinski?
Greg Luzinski, not
Greg
Dave.
Luzinski was on the White Sox before the Phillies, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
He was like a pretty well-built
He was
guy.
a big motherfucker.
That was when the Phillies had Mike Schmidt at third base.
The Phillies, they almost went to the World. They went to the World Series and lost, right? And then they lost to the Diamondbacks and didn't go to the World Series, and the Texans won.
They should have beat the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, they should have. And the Texans, wasn't that their first World Series?
No, they had won the World Series years before against the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, that wouldn't have been a World Series. They're both in the American League.
No, the Phillies are National League team.
Oh, I'm talking about the Texas
Oh, are you
Rangers.
talking Texas Rangers?
I think that was the Rangers' first World Series.
Well, yeah.
Win, I mean, yeah.
But look at the Houston Astros fans were pissed.
Well, the Astros got what they deserved. They were cheaters. Remember?
Yeah, they were calling
they were stealing signs, so it's not that big of a tragedy. They won the World Series, didn't the Astros that year? They cheated.
Yes, they did. Now, the Braves had the best team in baseball, and now I got the connection warning. Yeah, the Phillies beat the best team in baseball, the Atlanta Braves. So they should have won.
When the Phillies won the World Series, it was against the Blue Jays. Yeah, I remember that. Joe, what was that guy's name? Joe on the Yankee and the Blue Jays. Joe,
Joe Palooka?
No, Joe, black dude, Joe something. Blue Jays always had talent. Somebody just signed with them that's talented. I don't know why. Blue Jays are an expansion team that's still around too long, in my opinion.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when there was a team called the Montreal Expos.
They were quite good. We got Andre. What's his name? I can't remember names, dude. I'm starting to forget. But Andre Dawson for the Cubs was awesome. They never won a World Series with them, though. And then who was the other guy that went to the White Sox? Tim Raines from the Expo. Expos were like a great farm team for the rest of the league.
Tim Raines, you're right.
And who's the pitcher that went to Boston? The guy that got in a fight with Don Zimmer. He's on, the pitcher. He's on
Roger Clemens.
No, the Hispanic pitcher that went.
Pedro Martinez.
Yeah, he was from the Expos also.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah,
there was a lot of great guys from the Expos. What a great team. How about the Pirates are like a farm team for the league, eh?
Well, the Pirates.
They can't. Bobby Bonilla and Bobby Bonds were both on the Pirates. The Sox took Bobby Bonilla away from them because they didn't know what they were doing. He was like available, and then he left quickly. White Sox
Bobby Bonds went to San Francisco.
Yeah, and got all roided up. And the White Sox also had.
No. I'm sorry. Bobby Bonds was his father, Barry Bonds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I remember
Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonilla were on the Pirates together. That was quite a team, and they both got taken away. And White Sox also had Albert, who was the jackass from Cleveland the one that got in a fight with people for trick or treating. Albert
Pujols?
No, the other guy, Albert, not Albert Brooks, but Albert something, and he was a prick. He was on Cleveland. Do you remember hearing he got in a fight with kids trick or treating? He yelled at him for what was it? Albert. I'd have to.
Albert.
I'd have to look it up. Let me look it up. White Sox, Albert. Hold, please.
Jackson doing the Nugenics. What is that? The GNC.
Yeah, that Nugenics. They wanted to give me. They offered me free, but they wanted me to pay stuff.
You know what the active ingredient is in Nugenics?
Albert Bell. That was his name. And he changed the name. His name was Joey Bell, and he changed it to Albert.
Albert Bell.
What's the active ingredient in Nugenics? Caffeine or something stupid?
No, DHEA.
Human growth hormone?
DHEA is two steps away from testosterone. It's a male hormone. It's an
If you take
over-the-counter.
testosterone, it can give you testicle cancer. I heard.
No, this is an over-the-counter.
Yeah, I understand, but I heard just taking.
It's too. The body has to process it 2 times to make it testosterone. So it does have you'll get zits on your back, and
I've never taken it.
yeah, I one time I tried it and I got side effects from it. I stopped.
So it didn't give you more testosterone?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It didn't work. It didn't work wonders for me, but it sure gave me a lot of oily skin and zits on my back.
Yeah, I heard that pure testosterone can cause testicle cancer.
It's not worth it.
No.
You're better off just upping your protein and training with higher intensity, and just eating healthy.
Well, that bike ride definitely gave me some testosterone boost, I think. Good bike ride.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want all strength, and then you run out of gas after like 30 seconds or 60 seconds. And you have no endurance.
Yeah.
You just run out of gas, because a lot of those guys, they have no stamina, no muscular endurance at all.
Talking about Big Frank and Doug Flutie when they advertised that shit. Those guys.
Yeah, well, the defensive football players, it's like sprinting. It's like it's short and hard, but it's short, right? You have a play and then it's over. So it's like doing sprints.
Gotcha.
So you don't really need endurance like basketball players. My God, they had to run back and forth, back and forth. They don't stop. I mean, the endurance comparison.
Hey, I'm getting to the end of my rope here. We got about 5 more minutes. I think I might check out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
Yeah, I'm getting a little tired. How about you?
I'm getting tired myself.
Yeah. We've had a good run. We had a good show, I think.
Yeah, tired and thirsty and
Thirsty and Miserable, the song by the Black Flag when you run out of liquor. Thirsty and miserable, always wanting more.
Now, Mike, the mysterious, the Mr. M, Michael Western Mike gets very hypnotically.
I thought he was asleep. I thought that was a picture for a while.
No, he gets very hypnotically mesmerized when that planetarium gets turned on.
Yeah, and he certainly didn't want to be on camera much tonight, I noticed. Definitely.
Yeah, I wonder why he got so shy.
I don't know. He's been on the show many times.
I was on his show earlier, like in a half hour or 45 minutes before I started mine, and he was in broad daylight. The sun was out, and he was by his terrace, and he was fine. But it's something about like when he dims the light and he puts the planetarium on.
Yeah.
It's, unless he got hungry, he might have got hungry.
One more thing about the White Sox: when they had Tim Raines and Albert Bell, they also had Bo Jackson. That was before he had to have that hip surgery, and it ended he was a phenomenal player, one of the best ever, running back, baseball. And once he injured himself and needed hip replacement, it was all over. Quickly, he had a very short career, but he was a monster. Yeah, he was. Bo Jackson, too bad his career was cut so short.
I bet his home runs were.
Oh, he was a strong motherfucker. Yeah, they used to call him, what was it called? Murderers Row, or the Hitmen, when they had Harold Baines, they had Frank Thomas, they had a bunch of guys. The White Sox, they did win the World Series though, just like the Cubs and the Red Sox. I like other teams to win, not just the Yankees all the fucking time.
So when they had that Murderers Row, is that when the White Sox won their?
No, that was later on, but it still was fun when they had that, because they had hitters. You couldn't get around them. They had such great hitters. You couldn't walk one guy to get to another. That was the problem. That, you know what I mean? Yeah, the Southside Hitmen, they called them. And then later on, when we had AJ Pierzynski, that's when we won the World Series. That was a phenomenal year. So in Chicago, I won 2 World Series, a bunch of NBA titles, a bunch of Stanley Cups, and 1 Super Bowl. I'm very happy about that as a sports fan. Even though we know, in New York, the Yankees were winning the World Series all the time in the 70s. That ended, though, because of mismanagement, I think.
They were always the arch nemesis back then for the Yankees were the Kansas City Royals,
Who just do good enough when they face the Yankees, but everything else they'd fall flat, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there was always the American League playoffs was the Yankees and the Royals.
You know who the White Sox nemesis was? The A's. They'd always fly out there. It was so far, and they'd get jet lag, and they'd always lose.
Yeah.
The A's are moving to L.A., and the owner of the Raiders is kind of pissed because they're trying to take their glory, and I don't blame them.
Wait a minute. The A's already have 2 teams. I'm sorry. L.A. has the Angels, American League.
Yeah, and I'm saying the A's are moving to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas A's.
Yeah.
Athletics.
The A's had Reggie. The A's had a superstar team, and they let everyone go.
Yeah, it was Sal Bando, Bert Campaneris. It was Reggie Jackson. It was
I saw a good show, Reggie, on Amazon Prime. You should watch it. It's good. Raleigh Fingers, yeah.
Raleigh Fingers. It was the other guy, Catfish Hunter, Jim Hunter, who died of cancer.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, Catfish. They had a dynasty.
Yeah, and I hate when they break up teams, just like when they got rid of Michael Jordan. They broke up the A's too soon. The A's didn't win any World Series with that team.
No, they had a dynasty, and that was when Oakland was probably not a shithole.
Exactly.
Now I hear it's a
Oakland's
shithole.
pretty bad. Lots of crime, real bad. Anyways, we should leave on a positive note. I'm getting ready to sign off. We're on 3.5 hours. It's been a great show. Good to see Western Mike instead of the Graham. Thanks for enforcing that.
A positive.
What's that, buddy?
I said no more gray. I said no more gray logos. No more dirty, dingy, dusty-looking gray logos.
Exactly.
That's why I made that neon one. I made the neon.
I like
have it.
that.
If he never used it,
I'm gonna use it. He's not gonna. I'll send it to my tablet and I'll use it next time.
Yeah. Well, your name is Mike. What's the difference?
That's right, Michael. Mike. Yep.
That's
all
an
right,
old
Jimmy.
Old English font, neon purple.
I like that. It's nice.
Yeah. Well, purple kind of goes with the Von Raven image.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, bro. It's good to see you.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Have a good night. Bye.
Good night. It was fun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining me, viewers. For Progressive Discussions, we were streaming as usual on YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter, and it was a good show. So I will be on tomorrow, Sunday, again at 4 p.m. Eastern Time with Sunday Fun Day Holistic Health Talk. Good night.